I'm going to go with that. And Ethan's just not going to judge me. Anyway, there's recently been the governor here has proclaimed, I guess, has stated that things like gender affirming care could be harmful to children that are going through a transition, that their parents could be in trouble or they themselves could be in trouble, be seen by CPS, be jailed for having any of these treatments, including just like therapy. Um, they use some very uh, dangerous language, I guess, in what they have written up, and it doesn't speak to the actual person's reality. And I felt it was important for me as a creator to put the thing I created into the bundle, and I think it's really important to support as well, because trans rights are human rights, and we are a big supporter of that and of the Trevor Project and anything like that. So I'll drop the link here in chat if it hasn't been dropped already. And if any of you can go and donate $5 and it gets you everything, or just if you can't do that, if you could just spread the link around, that'd be great. We just want to make sure that that people affected can get the care and help that they need. And bullshit laws are bullshit laws. Well, this isn't a law yet, I'll be fair there, but bullshit orders are bullshit orders. So just wanted to put that out there. I'll put out the link, and always, if you or anyone is having problems, please reach out to the Trevor Project. We support them in a lot of things, and I'll drop some info about that too. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, for anybody who does play or run games, that bundle where it's like, it's $5, but you can give them more.
Yep.
And it gets you like almost 500 things too.
Yeah.
It's like it was astounding what all is in there.
There's great games in there, like for Sherlock Holmes and a vampire who is also one of the aforementioned Sherlock Holmes. Jonathan Frakes wants your attention and you must not give it to him. There are so many good games in there that just anything you could want to do.
Yeah.
I see one that just the thumbnail just says "Be gay, do crimes," and that's words to live by. So
yeah,
it's good.
There's great things in there. We'll say like this launched this morning. The goal was $5,000. It was, and it has been going up all day. The goal currently is $69,000.
Nice.
And they actually just surpassed that. So whatever money we can raise to help people is great. So, and you get some good games out of it from what we've already listed, and like Hit Point Press as well. So
yeah, I think Hit Point Press had a thing to where if you send them, I don't remember exactly. If you send them like proof of purchase, they just give you a thing. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a great way to get Aegon, like for sure. Like $5 for Aegon alone is great.
Weird West Forged in the Dark game that's calling my name.
That sounds right up your alley.
Is that the
and then one
Fistful of Darkness?
Fistful of Darkness, yeah. And then there's Lesbian Werewolves on a Beach. So I mean, it really has everything. This bundle, pretty much anything you could want. But yeah, and also
yes.
Thanks, God. Yeah, thank you guys for letting me talk about it.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I've got that in the chat there, and we will include it in the YouTube stuff down below for everybody who is looking for
the doobly-doo.
The doobly-doo, as some creators call it. I'm not going to take Mr. Colville's trademark.
It's not Colville's.
Oh,
it's John and Hank. It's John Green's.
Oh, okay. He's where I heard
it goes way back.
Yeah,
well, the guy from what was it, PBS Idea Channel, Mike Kratrina. I think he used.
It goes even further back.
It's everywhere. Yeah. Oh, it's all over the
place. All right. It's a cultural phenomenon. All right, got it. All right, so we can use it.
It's been passed down. It's like the Dread Pirate Roberts. It's been
good.
Passed
I didn't want to step on somebody else's like thing, but now that I know it's everybody, it's like, okay, cool.
Your shtick is
Everybody's
now
been
my
sipping on
shtick. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all about people getting to keep their sticks. So, what's the next announcement?
How
We
do
have
we
another
do this
announcement.
thing that we're doing?
We're doing other stuff. All right, other stuff we're doing. High Shelf Collective is busy. We're getting busy. We're getting ready for Gen Con. I'm waiting to hear back. We have scant few days for people to get the last of their event submissions in for HSC. I need to follow up with some people to see what they want to do. And then, but either way, we're going to do like, I think we're up to 12 events right now, plus the big event we're doing for Artal. So that'll be like, I don't know. Depends on how you call that big event, if that's 1 or 4. But either way, we're going to do a lot of stuff at Gen Con this year. And we're going to be kind of working on that all the way up until it's time to go live with all of those things. But in the meantime, obviously we're streaming here a bunch. So we're going to do this again next Thursday. And then right after that, on Friday, we're skipping Heckna. On Saturday, we're doing Mass Effect. And then we're going to do Rich Randomness again. And then we're going to do this again.
Got him.
That's back as a guest.
Yep.
Keeping it regular.
Yep. Keeping it real regs.
Our
Old faithful
schedule is
style.
on Activia.
Yeah. And then we got Gunmetal joining us in Mass Effect.
Oh, cool. Is that
yeah.
the guest? Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Taylor will be away doing her gig.
Renos will
And
be
so
healing from trauma.
while she's out healing from trauma, as they say, we're gonna.
I heard she flipped you guys the birds and left.
She, not us. No, we cool.
No, not us.
She
Yeah,
loves
everybody
us.
else is fine.
She-
She ain't
the
space dad.
NPCs, the NPCs, Space Mom and Dad.
I may or may not have killed a ex-girlfriend. I may or may not.
You have visited a lot of trauma on that character, my good man.
Oh, don't worry. Everybody's turn's coming up.
Everybody.
I mean, David has so many.
David is playing the perfect group. He can't inflict any damage on me because I don't care. He's playing.
I'm just waiting for some more of them to get
Vorcha
eaten
are
by,
trauma.
by space monsters.
Vorcha are a product of trauma. Like that is, they you merely adopted the trauma.
That's right. So yeah, I think those are our announcements, right? I mean, that's our schedule. There's some big things that we're working on. What else we got?
Sorry, it's not so much. It's a congratulations to us. We have been playing a game most Wednesday nights for almost or a little bit more than 2 years.
Yeah.
We started playing Blades in February of 2020, and pretty much this group helped a lot of us get through the first part of COVID and beyond. So thank you, my dear friends. I am so glad that we are back playing this wonderful game.
Yes.
What
Traumas for our mental health.
What do we call these zombies?
Casualty.
Casualties and
Casualties
vectors.
and vectors.
Yeah.
Don't call them
so-
zombies. That's how they know you're a newbie in the loss. That's
David's reverted to bait.
I am bait. I'm bait, and I'm no longer a Vorcha, so I gotta cool my shit. All right, I
I
can't.
mean, now I was like, you don't
I'm no
have-
longer. I'm quite squishy.
It's permadeath is right down here in the tags.
Yeah.
That is-
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta
Have the permadeath
I
tag.
gotta
that with
cool-
finance.
Cool my jets.
Finance.
For death on it.
Oh man, I wonder how many viewers we're getting from the finance tab since it's like tax season.
Yeah. See, what's up?
And
Do
everybody
we still
wants to
have
know about the
finance?
economics.
No, we don't have finance as one of the things.
You didn't tag it as finance, Mike.
I
We
did.
can
can
do it right now.
update this.
Finance.
Yeah, we can.
I was in there changing it like a couple minutes ago. I had to take
Finance
something out to put
done.
finance on.
Done. Boom. It's all in.
I had to drop chatty to try to add finance.
All right. All right, chat. Cool your jets. Here we go.
Whatever. Sean,
There
you're
you
an
go.
adult now.
Here we go.
All right,
Red
deep
mark.
breath. We're all ready. Boop.
Destroy
Okay.
all things. Destroy all things. I'm ready. Here we go.
So yes, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today once more. Play Red Markets, the giant tome that is a game of economic horror where even though the zombies came and the country mostly fell and everybody retreated east of the Mississippi, y'all still got bills to pay.
God damn it.
Isn't
So
that depressing?
yes,
It's
yeah,
like,
it's
even in
fucking
the
income.
apocalypse, still got.
I mean, we've lived that a little bit. I think
Yeah, just a little, yeah, sure.
just a little
Yeah.
bit.
So yeah, time has passed here in the enclave of Elevation on the outskirts of what used to be Enid, Oklahoma. Um, it is now late February, early March, just so we can all get our bearings straight. And kind of like, our episode opens with the camera panning across with a view of Elevation. And it is just muck. It is wet, slippy, thin mud, and like slush. Because like last week, like the snow rolled through, and then this week it's like 60 again. So you got like that middle ground of like snow that hasn't gone away, and like all the dirt just turned into mud from like what has melted. So the enclave itself just gross to be hanging out in right now. We kind of like pan across until we start hitting one of the characters somewhere here. And my question for everybody then is like, what is some scene that we come across that shows your character and like that some time here has passed? Like we have moved on. Several months later, we pan the camera
Okay.
back up and we find everybody. What's going on?
I can. Oh, sorry. I can go first unless you want to, Casey.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So some time has passed because Mirtha and Puck can be found kind of at like the stalls or where like you can buy stuff. Because and you guys, as they pan in, you can kind of see that like Puck is like high rising a little bit, like he's outgrown his pants, and so like you can see a little bit of his ankles covered with mud, or, like his boots and everything covered with mud. So it's obvious that he's had a growth spurt of some kind. And like it's finally gotten to the point that like, all right, we have to like get some new clothes for the kid. So I think that's like where like they're wearing, like Mirtha's like wearing boots that can definitely like keep the mud off her clothes for as much as she can. But yeah, that's where that is the indicator that time has passed in Mirtha's life.
Okay. I think for Ashe, yes, Ashe, as anybody who doesn't realize, my character is dead.
Your previous character.
Previous
you have a new
character.
who's not
I
dead.
did. I mean, let's all be
Yet.
honest. It's like Rigid and Ashe were two different people. So I guess the thing that you could tell is one that her hair has gotten longer and she keeps it up kind of in like a semi bun up out of her way. But also she used to be a little thinner, and now she's been bulking up. And occasionally, if you go into the bar, you see her axe that's sitting in the wall with if you could hit the bullseye, free drinks for the night. Strangely, she hasn't had to pay that out yet. So she's just been either practicing, and that's kind of how you can tell, like she's just a little more battle ready. She isn't like quote unquote soft, because I can't think of something better. Civilized. Yeah. I don't know. It's like I'm having a hard time figuring out words that don't sound silly offensive to women. So yeah. So she's gotten a lot bulkier and looks like she's ready to go back out to the lost. More of her features that people just didn't notice are starting to show up, like her kind of deader eyes. So yeah, that's what's going on with Ashe. What's the deacon doing?
So I'm gonna do it. Somebody's got to do it. What the deacon doing? So Deacon's probably given a nice little Probably more of a chilled out. Like it's cold, you know, so you don't want to go to like a big kind of tent that's got all the wind blowing through it and stuff like that. So it's probably hanging out in someone's home with like a fire going, having some food while he does a little Bible study or whatever. He's wearing some reading glasses to show that time has passed. The classic, maybe a little more gray in the beard going on because you know it's just got. I mean, it's only been a few months, but it's been a few months in the loss, and that'll do it too. 2 semesters teaching where I'm teaching has done it to me, so we're good. And yeah, he's just talking with sister Chloe and brother Avery, and just having a grand old time. Just a nice little winter message. Maybe going into some Mardi Gras kind of stuff. You know, that's where he's from. Giving that good Mardi Gras sermon before Lent. Not Catholic though, so
Right.
it's optional. Lent's optional if you're not Catholic. Yeah,
Depends on which Catholic you talk to.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Longbow is. We'll probably see Longbow coming back in from the loss, and he stops over at the, kind of waves it up to the gun hands, and talks to some guys through the fence. He's like, "Hey, I found this," and he passes over like a bounty. And he's like, "It wasn't him, but I'm gonna keep looking." And he's got like his hair is like shaved, and you can see like the stubble of it coming back in, and he's looks a little distracted, and like he's preoccupied by something. And so anyways, he's been hanging out with the gun hands quite a bit and trying to make sure we find what we've been looking for. He finds what he's been looking for them. And he's just been like road worn, he hasn't really taken a break. And he spends a lot of time out in the loss on his own, and is staying safe about it. He's not being dumb, but he has spent a lot of time out there by himself, and so he hasn't been in elevation very much during this time.
Yeah. So I think Ashe over there at the bar. As you end up like making your way around, one of the tables that's like outside, because it's not super warm out, but it's sunny. It's like low to mid 60s. Stuff's kind of melting. One of the tables outside, Brickbat and Frankenberry from Bravo Team from the Gun Hands are out there. They've been getting drinks. Brickbat's been coming in and getting them and taking them outside. And as you're kind of coming out, Brickbat is kind of like standing up there next to Frankenberry and kind of like, gripping him by the shoulder, kind of like pats him on the back, like goes on about his way. And Frankenberry is sitting there. He still has a drink that he's drinking, and in one of like the empty glasses that's there, he has looks like a photo that's propped up. And as you come out, he's like, "Oh, you need the table back." He's like kind of like sniffs and does like one of these. Kind of like he goes to grab that photo off the table.
Ashe is like, "I don't need the table back. Everything all right, Frank?"
He's like, no, it's I gotta go. And he like kind of goes to like grab that picture, and it falls, and like kind of like you catch it before it lands in the mud. And that photo is a picture of him, and there's another man in it with his arm around him, kissing him on the cheek. And he's kind of like, he's not facing the camera, so it takes a couple seconds to kind of like figure it out. But like that's it's real short cropped blonde hair and a crucifix necklace that we recognize as now being in Sister Chloe's possession, and it's a photo of Frankenberry and Bobby Hill. He takes that photo from you. He's like, I gotta get going.
Is it Is it? Would I notice that it's the anniversary? If like it's the anniversary of his death or something?
It's not actually the anniversary of his death. It hasn't been that long for that.
Okay.
But yeah, they were both a Bravo team.
I'll be like, hey Frank, when you come back, just talk to I forget my guy's name.
Longbow?
No. I got
Okay.
another dependent.
All right, cool.
Oh, old something. I forget his name because he's not
Oh,
old.
the
And
bar
he's
owner.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the bar owner. Just talk to my boss, and I'll let him know you can have free drinks. Just take it easy, all right?
Yeah. Thanks. Shouldn't do too many of them probably, but yeah, thanks. Come on.
No problem.
Stuffs it into his pocket and kind of carries on his way.
What is going on? She's like, I guess in her mind, she'd be like, we all lose somebody. I get it, kid. I don't know. Is he a kid? It's fine.
They're not. He's not that old, but he's probably around 30, a little under.
30?
He's not like kid, but like
Right.
he's old enough for me to shake my cane at, but that's neither here nor there.
I gotcha. But yeah, no. I'll pick up the glasses and I'll go back in and I'll talk to the bar owner and let him know, like, hey, seems like Bravo team's kind of getting through it since Bobby's death. So, like, when they come back in, just let them have some free drinks. Take it out of whatever tips I have.
Yeah, okay. There's not usually a lot of tips to go around, but I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
That's not no. He doesn't mean it as a slam on you, just as much as like people don't do a lot of tipping.
All right. I mean, she's been living off of whatever stuff that Bridget had left over. So like, she's been trying to save money when she does get it, and I guess she'll walk over and pull one of her axe off the wall, puts it in a belt loop. He's like, "I'm gonna go look for Longbow. You gonna be all right?"
Like yeah, no, I'll be fine. Well, I'll see you back here later, probably.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha. And she will go looking for Longbow because she's curious now, and she knows that he's been going out with looking, at least doing something for the gun hands. I would feel like.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's not keeping any secrets. He's just not around
Right.
very much.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it'd be pretty easy to find Longbow in the big muddy yard, sitting at like one of those old like a blue blue liquid barrel. You know, they ship like soap and stuff in those like big 44-gallon drums. Kind of thing, but it's like plastic.
Yeah.
Not one of the metal ones, but like a plastic one.
Mm-hmm.
And he's sitting on one that's been cut in like a third, right? And it's next to another one that's like been cut into a half, right? So he's at like a little like blue barrel table chair set.
I love it.
Yeah, it's all muddy and gross, and that's there's no back, right? So he's just kind of leaned forward over the thing, like sipping on some water or whatever he's got, and he's just minding his own business.
She'll do the whole head tilt. He's like, we have better chairs at the bar, right?
Yeah, I know, but I stink like hell. I don't want to ruin your atmosphere or nothing. And you can smell. I mean, he's been out. Right.
Yeah.
There's a certain kind of BO that comes off a person that hasn't like seen water in 3-4 days. And that's what Longbow is sporting today.
She'd be like, shit. Yeah, you did. What were you in a cattle farm? Like, what the hell?
Oh well, I mean, I haven't seen one of those in a minute, but yeah, I've been out for a while.
What you been up to?
I'm trying to find Bobby Hill.
Yeah.
I got kind of an idea of where he was, and I've been trying to get out there and took a look around. I just can't. I haven't found anything yet. So I'll
Right.
sit for a day or 2, 3 this time. Sleep under the stars, trying to stay quiet, but I haven't figured anything out yet. Every so often come back with a bounty, and that gets me in and out of elevation and provisions, but that's about it.
Up until I met Richard, that was my life. I was out there. I can help you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ran into Rigid, and elevation was the first time I actually decided to stay. Usually I don't stay very long.
Oh, you move around a lot, huh? I get it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I've been kind of struggling with that. I'm like, do I move on? Do I stick around? So I kind of gave myself a little project. And Ash, I appreciate you, but I think right now I want this to be kind of a me thing.
Fair enough. She'll pull out a little box. She's like, and hands it to you. She's like, got your shipment in today.
Oh, good. That's real good. And he won't like take it from her. Like if she sets it on the table, like keep talking to you, and then he'll just pocket it later and give you whatever payment she needs.
Yeah, I think it's don't worry about it. I think it was like 5 bounty that Richard was paying for it or something like that. But
gotcha.
She'll be like, "What you know about Frank Barry and Bobby's relationship?" She's very upfront.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were in the Gun Hands together, right? I mean, did they join at the same time? Do I know any of this stuff? Yeah, okay.
They showed up in elevation together, and they joined.
Yeah, okay. So so they came in with the same group, and I think they knew each other before elevation even. So
Frank Barry was crying or sniffling anyway. Had a picture of him. That's why I'm coming to look for you, because I know that you've been out there hunting.
God, how long has it been since he died? It's only been like a season or 2.
Yeah, it was early spring, I think. It was right when you and Richard and everybody signed the contract.
What time of year is it, Mike?
Right now, it's like this time of year.
Okay, so like coming out of winter, looking at spring nearby. Yeah, but in Oklahoma, we just had like a giant, like frozen snap or whatever, like it's still like icy and muddy and gross.
We've had 20 more additional years of like the climate has gone to hell, so seasons are just vague recommendations.
Yeah, hence it being all muddy right now. It's like mud month or whatever in Oklahoma. Okay. It's just like fuck. When was Bobby's birthday? That feels like a thing that could be going on right now.
I don't know. Those boys partied like every day was their birthday, so I'm not sure. I could probably find out for you.
Weird. What have you seen? If it's a birthday, I'd like to do something about that, I guess. How's everybody else? You kept up with Deacon and Martha? They are.
Martha and what was Martha's kid brother? Buck.
Yeah.
Buck growing like a weed.
Good.
So
does he still keep his rifle with him?
From what I could see, he still practices.
Good.
Doing passive things.
He does it facing away from the visitor center now, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. No longer shoots towards the visitor center.
So, he's invited. He's invited me to a couple of his sermons, but it's not my style, as you could say. So, but other than that, I've been keeping busy and waiting for y'all to get back together. Keeping busy in the bar. Started if you want to come down and give it your shot when you're done hunting whatever you're hunting for, got a little competition going on with everybody. They tell you, she shows her axe, and it's like You hit the target, bullseye, free drinks for the night. Nobody's done it yet. Hasn't beaten me yet.
Shoot. Looking at my stats, I don't know if I can either. What skill is that there, Mike?
Man, I would say it would. What is that? Thought it was
Athletics.
Yeah. What is thrown weapons? I think they're usually covered in athletics. There might be a specialty there for something to help.
Right. Well, speaking of getting the group together, let's maybe it's time to check in with everybody, see how they're doing.
You want to take a shower first? I got
They would
spare
probably
water.
like that. They would probably like that.
She was like, I would like that. My nose is insulted right now that I've stayed here this long, but I like you, Long Bow.
All right. Well, let me get this road off me, and I'll come find you.
Go look
I think.
for it. All right.
I think as these characters kind of like part ways, as the camera like kind of like pans around before we go and find where Mirtha or Deacon is at, so start trying to get everybody together here. That it does pan across somebody who's got like streaming audio in one of the market stalls from like somebody who does like streaming audio news off the Ubic network. And there's a report going about how there was a smuggling ring that got caught trying to move people into the recession. They were caught by DHQS. Like, the DHQS not releasing full numbers, but we believe between 6 and 9 people were killed. So.
Did you take my greyhounds away from me?
Because you know, if you out here, you infected. As far as DHQS is concerned.
If you're out here, you're not alive. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. They didn't kill 9 people. They saved the recession from being infected by 9 characters.
This is like the lost independent news network of people that like post
right.
post
It's not the official
Ubic.
report. This is like
this is not
humans.
The official like all news filtered through DHQS broadcast channel is like, we repelled some dangerous things that tried to attack the wall. We don't know how it got across the room to begin with, but keeping up security at the wall, keeping America safe. Like,
great.
It's a real shame something happened to him.
Are we trying to get over there and live in that space?
No, rigid. I want to repeat, rigid was trying.
But this is our the 3 of us remain in a contract that
we're trying to get over there.
Ashe might not be, but the 3 of us are.
Don't worry, Ashe will keep y'all in mind. She said at the end of that episode that she will respect Rigid's wishes, and she will do that to her fullest extent. It's after the fact.
Okay, good to know. Get in the recession and move. Move to a different recession somewhere far away.
Different recession. Not 09, like 2015 or whatever. I don't know.
Like the one in 2023. Wait.
I think Ashe would actually go look for Mirtha first.
Cool.
So, she would first go to the shooting range, and then probably to the school.
If it's like during the day, they'd be at the school. I think Mirtha takes Puck to go shoot like once in a while. But I think Puck almost likes it better when Longbow is there, because like Longbow knows what he's doing and Mirtha's just trying.
If he has questions, he's like, well, Mirtha can't help me on this. So.
Yeah.
Got it. That makes sense.
Yeah. But I think she does, since we haven't had a lot of jobs, it seems like she probably is helping down at the school, if not there at the garden. So depending on the time of day, she's at one of those 2 places.
Would you say this is what time is it, Mike? Is it morning, afternoon? What are we looking at?
It's like mid-morning.
So the school.
Yeah, right. Like it's not like the crack of dawn or anything like that. It's light out.
So yeah, Ashe would head to the school, and walk around, probably in the building looking for Mirtha?
I think it's like what, 1 or 2 classrooms, right, Mike? Like it's
I,
or like
yeah, I think it's like a
rooms.
couple like
Classrooms.
tents, like kind
Yeah.
of deal. Like they don't have a real building; they just have space. It's like here's the kids who are like
About that age.
birth to 8, and here's the kids who are like 9 to like until they get old enough that they just decide to get a job instead. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
I
in
think
these days, there's no like child labor anything. So it's
no,
like, I don't
it's
know,
just like
14, 13,
yeah,
solid to 12.
mom,
That's
mom,
okay.
mom and dad need somebody bringing in a little bit more of that little tiny
Mhm.
fraction
I
of
mean-
cryptocurrency to keep the family fed. So
I've been
head over to the market and
enough-
get yourself a job.
I've been to enough little mom and pop shops to know that 7-8-year-old can work that till machine and
Mhm.
knows
Yes.
exactly how everything works.
Can
Like,
absolutely ring you up and
Yeah.
and run your card. Absolutely.
and then go back to playing Fortnite on an iPad at one of the tables. Like that's the way of things, and that's fine. It's
doing the
It's
floss
good.
with some 30-year-old.
Yep.
Just
And that's not even
like,
apocalypse. That's just now.
that's
just
now.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's
just
just
like-
a Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's just like my entire family's working here. What am I gonna do? Like,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, just sit here. Like,
Yeah. And I think Mirtha is like sitting with like a couple of kids that are younger than Puck, and uh, showing them like, I don't know, like how to write their letters, I think. Yeah. On that cursive bullshit, because apparently we don't teach that anymore. Mirtha thinks it's a lost art.
That'd be like I don't know, it'd be like teaching somebody a fine art in the land of the apocalypse. It's like,
Right.
why fine art?
What do you need to learn painting for if it's not just for offense? Like,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. You're not painting camo. What are you painting?
Yeah.
A person.
You need to be learning how to waterproof this, not how to represent someone's inner essence. That's
are we talking about the world of the apocalypse or just like what people think right now today?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh
Real
shit!
world.
Oh shit!
Like-
I'm a
Reality
pushback on
reflects
No, we
that.
don't-
art reflects
No, we don't
reality.
need to be
Oh, God.
well-rounded people. We don't need to be well-rounded
Nah.
people. Who wants that?
Oh my god!
Who wants
No,
like, good ethics?
before anymore, be like, she just kind of waves nicely, and waves you over. She probably has a face that would scare children because she doesn't smile a whole bunch, so she doesn't want to scare children.
Mirtha kind of nods to that and just kind of like gets up and helps with like a last little thing with each kid and gives them instructions, and then walks up. Hey, how's it going?
It's going. It's going. How you doing?
I'm good. They needed another hand to help with some of the stuff. Like, I guess Barney got injured or something. Cut himself with glass. I don't know. The news got to me through several children, so I'm not quite sure what actually happened. But regardless, everything's good. You sure everything good at the bar?
Yeah. No, everything's fine. Guy's still trying to beat my bullseye record. Not working.
What?
It's just
Well, I mean, that's just because like you said that I couldn't participate.
yeah, because you are a crack shot and you would be expensive.
I would, or the fact that I'd invite others.
Fair enough. She laughs and she's like, Longbow wants to get together. He's finally back in.
Oh, he's back?
Yeah.
Good. I've been worried again.
He's been working for the gun hands. I think he's looking for anything about Bobby right now. So
Yeah, well,
I got a favor to ask you.
okay.
From what I remember, the sister,
Chloe.
Chloe, yes, close to Bobby.
I think, I mean, Deacon would know better, but I think they shared just a talk about faith, maybe, I think is what it was. They bonded over, their I don't know even know if it's religion, just faith.
Mm.
Why?
Well, I saw Frank, and he looked pretty beat up, and he had a picture. He dropped a picture when he was leaving the table. I caught it, and it was him and Bobby. And then I told Longbow about it. See, my Longbow's been hunting for him, and might have brought up that might be his birthday, or thinking it might be his birthday. Being that I've been kind of closed off to most of the envoy, or most of this place, and just working at the bar, I figured maybe you could talk to Sister Chloe or the pastor, and see if you can find out. I'm not really comfortable with that kind of stuff with you, you know.
I mean,
No.
we can certainly talk to them about it. I'm not exactly sure what we could do for Frankenberry. Like,
It's more for
or
Longbow.
even if he wants anybody to do anything outside of Bravo Company.
Well, I'm asking because it sounds like Longbow wants to do something. You know, I personally don't. I'm gonna keep my business. I'm keeping myself out of the business, but if it helps Longbow get back to, because he looked like shit. He's been running pretty hard, and
Is he
so
injured or
no,
anything?
no injury, no nothing like that. Stunk worse than a pig farm down in Louisiana. Um, but
I'm gonna just assume what that smells like. Right.
you from the east, right?
Sure. Yes. Right. I
You ever
forgot. Yeah, I'm from the East Coast, the Upper East Coast.
you remember? You ever smelled a whole bunch of dead fish in the ocean?
No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't say I have.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. It's bad. So
I was just going to assume it was.
Yeah.
If he hasn't been in, it's been a bit. I guess I can talk to Chloe and Deacon after school wraps up, or did you need me to go now and talk to them, or?
I mean, I'm not. If you're the only one of the only few teachers here, I'm not going to pull you away from that. These youngins need to know something other than combat.
I mean, they were good. They were going to kind of have like a recess lunch and play some soccer, I think is what they're attempting to call it. You want to play some?
No, thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, just I guess meet us over at the church. I guess.
At Deacon's?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what.
Yeah, let me just find someone else around here to take care of these two. And I'll meet you over there.
Cool. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
She'll
think
go to
as
take
we-
care of the kids or find. I know there's somebody's name that is like associated with the school. And I cannot remember
we
it.
have had somebody. I think his name is Kartik, who is the guy who's like helping to
Kartik, right.
organize. Yeah, he is in with like the older children.
Mhm.
So like you kind of like you come into that space, you kind of like wait a second. He has like it's like a big sheet of glass that's over like a section of wall that was like painted white because like
Mhm.
doesn't have a chalkboard and doesn't have a whiteboard. So like it's something you can at
works.
least use a marker on. Yeah.
Mhm.
And they have like current events written up at the top, and they're like talking about like herds, like when there's the big herds of casualties. It's
Okay.
like, I'm sure some of you have been listening to like, some of the news things where they talk about like how they keep seeing a really big herd somewhere in Texas. Like, let's talk about how those operate and stuff like that. It's like, so like you guys, you do, the math for this or something. And he comes over and he talks to you about like, getting coordinated and all the stuff that he needs to do for what have you.
Yeah. I think it makes Martha sad, but also come back to like reality, right? Like it's kind of easy to pretend that you're just you're tutoring two kids in whatever, and then yeah, so she'll just get that taken care of, and go to meet up with everyone else.
Okay.
Oh.
So how about what's up with Deacon? Do we want to do anything else? Because I can just put something
I
if
mean,
you're just on your way.
I mean,
or if there's other stuff you
he's
want to
just
do. Go
wandering
for it.
around. He's just wandering. He probably delivering some freshly baked bread to the visitor center. You know.
Okay.
I mean, if there's one thing we probably got around here somewhere, it's some grain, right?
You,
All right.
you got that sourdough, right?
Yeah.
You got that starter, and you just keep feeding
yeah,
it.
the bread child is somewhere in Deacon's little hovel. There's like a labeled jar.
Mm-hmm.
It is the bread child.
Look, if you use it every day, you don't have to keep it refrigerated. You just use it every day, and you just make as much bread as you need.
Yeah. I mean, he just takes the extra to, like the chaff or people in the visitor center, whatever.
Okay.
People who needs it. But
all right. Yeah,
okay.
we probably get Deacon as he's like coming out of the visitor center for like Anna, the little like 6-year-old girl who's like her parents hang around because they're not infected and she is and stuff. We're dropping them breath. Kind of like coming back out after visiting with them. They did not do anything drastic with like the suppressant that they had stashed away. But as you're coming back out of there, that south gate that's by the visitor center opens, and the white pickup truck that used to be from Vance, that y'all got a ride home from last time, comes in sounding the worse for wear because it is muddy out there and something bad has happened to it in the process. As they pull in, the sign, the stuff on the side has been painted over and like it's been painted with like the logo for Trophy, which Mary, who is like the big machine gun and has like started running with, so they get to use the truck. And Mary's been able to like help coordinate this group of like ignorant children in the laws. But they pull up here because Bex is blatant and she has to get dropped off at the visitor center. So coming back in the gate, and Bex has blood kind of like all over the front of her as she kind of like pops out of the back of this pickup truck. And she's just like kind of got like tears streaked down her face. She's like, I'm sorry. We did everything we could to try to save him, Riley. I'm sorry. We'll all miss Jonesy. They dropped her off.
Jonesy.
Wait. Refresh. Who's
Uh,
Jonesy?
Jonesy was one of the people who had come across from when you were at
We
Eat-Rite.
met him at Eat-Rite.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the hockey players from Letterkenny. Yeah.
They're like the same character.
Pretty
Like,
much. Yeah.
so
There's
very
two of them,
strange.
but it's yeah. But yeah, apparently they were out doing a mission and like they're gonna have to repair their pickup and they lost a member. So
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things that the Deke is just like gives him one of those kind of like somber nods, like, yeah, we all know, and then just kind of moves on, sort of deal. Like it's like one of those like, yeah, we like, I get it, like
yeah.
the look of empathy on like everybody's face because probably
Yeah.
everybody could empathize, but it's like a let them do they got to heal on their own time kind of deal. So
Yeah. I think Mary may recognize that you're there and say like, may come try to talk to Mary block a little bit later. Try to arrange something. Remember our friend.
be happy to.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then yeah, they kind of like roll on along their way back into elevation. Truck and like,
God, how many flat tires? All of them.
I think Ashe would be like surprised that thing got back.
Jim looks like a crescent roll, so I'm also a little surprised.
But yeah, otherwise, if y'all are like meet back up towards the bar or whatever, what have you, then
I think
that was a
I think
good time.
it was either the bar. I think it was actually the church.
So, I think you told Longbow one thing, and
Did I
then
tell?
We're all just walking around. We find we find
we'll
each
find
other.
each
Where
other.
we
We'll
want to
find
where
each
we
Yeah,
want
we'll
to do
find
Yeah.
each other. Yeah, we'll find each other.
Maybe we enter into like a comedic montage.
yeah,
where
for sure.
It's like and like one person's at the church.
yakety
Look
yakety
around.
sax.
Yeah, and they're like over at the bar. And like we see as they are just barely missing each other at each place. You know, like one person's walking out
Yeah.
the back door, the other person's coming in through the front door. Right.
It
Maybe
must
they're at
be
the
really
school,
hard
like-
to find people in the apocalypse.
Yeah.
You know?
And then
Yeah.
Longbow's
Right.
over at the school. Like maybe they're at school because wasn't she gonna go get Martha? You know?
Well, there is a point where like Longerhouse got Ubix specs, and I think Ashe, I think you have the
Yeah, it
tablet.
has a
Yeah.
I have the
Okay.
tablet.
So where there could be a point where it's like, hey, we're at blank. And
Yeah.
when kind of like one of you sends that message and the other one receives that message, you both notice that there was a notification from Jed Jones.
Oh shit!
Sweet. That's good.
Yeah.
Saying, you know,
That's good. That's good.
it's just like at your convenience. ...
How many
As
days
in-
old is this?
Yes.
It's from like, well, this is
Okay, all right.
it's not like, I abandoned this 3 weeks ago. It's like, no, this is in the last hour
Okay.
at most.
All
kinda.
right, cool. Because I would say Ashe doesn't really go through Bridget's stuff as much as you like. She uses a tablet, but like doesn't really go through messages. And she'd be like, "I just wanted to have a get together with the squad. I don't want to go to work."
We find each other.
Yes.
Where do we do that? Let's just pick a place.
The church at Deacon's.
Yep.
Cool.
When she does see Longbow, she gives him a hug. Martha does.
Likewise.
It's good to see
He
you
doesn't
back.
stink. He doesn't stink as bad.
Yeah.
As bad. Just like
Yeah.
the
As
normal
bad.
everyday.
It's the normal
it's-
stink
it's-
of just everybody.
Yeah, it's not like he gets to use the nice soaps out here, guys. It's like there's the whatever they're able to make here,
Mhm.
right?
Every once in a while, somebody finds one of those like black camping plastic shower cubes that you pull up on the rope so that
Yeah.
the water gets kind of warm.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah.
it's been the middle of winter here, so that's that's the luxury to look forward to instead of
Yeah.
just like, well, I got a jug of water and I got a rag, so
Here we go.
It's good to see you back. Are you all right? Anything
yeah.
happen?
Yeah, no, everything's fine. It was pretty quiet out there
Okay.
this time around.
Worried
I
about
didn't
you out there.
Thanks. Yeah, I didn't find nothing. So I kind of like to get back out there, but I know we got other stuff to do. I think if this little alert means anything, we might have something to do.
What alert? What's
I think Ashe got it too. The man
Just-
upstairs.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna
not all the
add,
way
I
upstairs,
think
but like,
Martha,
like just up, over there.
I think out of everybody, Martha and Deacon probably see each other a few times a week. Like,
So I'm just
'Cause-
saying, Deacon doesn't do anything. He's hanging out.
Right.
He's got
yeah,
a job,
'cause
you know?
they go and talk to Chloe and
You're both
or
like
they're
part of the
Avery.
community. You're both like entrenched in the elevation community.
Being a minister's like a very full-time job with wild hours. If like if my mom's church is anything to base on, like you're everywhere because you gotta
Mhm.
visit anybody that gets sick or they're gonna get mad at you.
Right.
You gotta you gotta do everything. People get mad
Yeah.
at you for some reason.
so just saying there's not the big, hey, how's it going? Because she probably sees Deacon fairly often.
Right. It's like little check-ins. Like, did you follow up with this person? Like, remember, so-and-so's still sick. Gotta visit them tomorrow. All that stuff.
Yep. So
Yeah, it looks like Jed wants to talk. Mr. Jed, Mr. Jones. I
If-
forget
Only
Uh,
what
for
it-
nasty.
if you're nasty.
Okay.
I'm so proud of you all.
Points. She points to
It's
Deacon.
good. It's really good. That's like a power move to just be like, Mr. Jones, if you're nasty.
Kind of rolls her eyes at that. He's really said that. Not Richard,
Straight
just
face.
laugh at- Jesus Christ.
That's what Richard told us.
At least, as far as you can tell, he's a straight face because he's got that like huge mustache.
Yeah, you can't see his mouth. He hasn't seen his own mouth in like 10 years, probably.
Well, we're gonna go talk to him, right?
Yeah.
Probably look into it a bit
Sounds
first,
like-
right?
When the boss comes calling, I guess you gotta go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he tends to pay the big bucks.
Does anyone heard any? Well, I haven't heard anything going down. Like everything seemed to be Bravo Company's doing its thing, and
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, Mary just, well, there was, I don't think Ashe would know who that is, but Ashe would be like, there's a team that just came in that looked pretty messed up, so we might be cleaning that up.
Well, that team also has LoJack, who Richard was close with.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
Bridget
yeah.
was fond of LoJack. That whole crew, we
Yeah,
were kind of
yeah,
taking
well,
care of them.
Look, she was like LoJack's crew.
Oh.
Came back and looked. I think they lost somebody. Looked pretty banged up.
Who'd
So,
they lose?
Jonesy,
It was-
I think.
It could also have been Riley.
Yeah.
Which one, Mike? Which one was it?
I don't know.
The truck.
Who was in
it
the
was
truck?
Jonesy.
Because we know all
Yeah.
of them.
I got it right from my notes without reading it. Okay, yeah, no, Jonesy isn't with them.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then
I was
Bug
going with the
leaves to
joke
get
that they're the
paid.
same character.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, that sucks. We'll have to talk to him or something, I guess.
I think they're gonna come set something up. I'll say a few words or something.
We'll be there.
Yes, I got to do my end of this little part, or going back to the job at hand. Unless anybody else wants to talk to him, I'll go talk to the big man.
So before we reach that point,
My fault.
Yeah,
I'm-
let me take a step back.
Yeah.
Is that
We are not planning, Mike. We're not planning.
that's not my problem. It's the whole like you need to hustle for work, you need to do the prep work for like this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
That's
you
right.
you have for free been handed the existence of a job.
Right.
Yay.
But there's still everybody gets a chance to either look for the existence of a job, the specifics of a job, the value of the job, or what competition is there for the job.
Right.
So this is
We
all
should-
gathering information about this before we send Ashe in to try to negotiate.
So I'd imagine we'd want to figure out like everything on
Yeah.
this one, and then if we got a little extra turn, there's probably a couple of jobs we had like some pieces on that might still be around.
Yeah, but
Time
yeah,
has
we could look
passed.
into it.
Registered trademark, so who knows?
Yeah.
Good.
Job board is clear.
Like we got the little
Better or worse.
notification that's like, if you initiate this cutscene, time will pass. Certain
Right.
quests will no longer be
Mhm.
available.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We'll click that button.
At the start of this season, only the story quest is available. Let's look in.
I think I got a line on figuring out maybe who our competition could be.
Okay.
Cowboys.
I was gonna go check out, see what the gun hands know. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of work with them lately, and just kind of press them for some information. See if they give that up to me.
Okay. I cannot find the section that I need. What is it under, Mike?
It's under Red Markets Jobs Prep Work, where it has like what you can look for, kind of deal. Is that the part you're looking for?
Okay.
I mean, Deacon can go ask around and see like what it is, like what are the specifics before it's gotten around.
Sorry.
What does the tablet do again?
I'm sorry, Mr. Question, Casey.
What's the tablet do again in the ordinance? Or does it give me a-
You can use it for research tasks, and
Oh,
if you
yeah.
have certain apps that'll give you a bonus on research tasks.
Okay, is it like a +1 or
Um,
2?
it depends on
Not
what
a,
apps are installed, and I don't think it had any particular apps installed.
oh, okay.
Like there are apps for laptops and tablets that are basically all aimed around like marketing the crew and like getting better negotiation rules and stuff like that. But you have to, they're all add-ons you have to buy to do it.
I didn't know that. I'm gonna need to do that later then.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna like I can also research into the job, but then I was like, oh, I can use my tablet, but if it's not gonna help me here,
Well, yeah, I mean, while you're in town here too, research can just be like talking to people.
so it's find a job, find out who's our competition, find out what the job entails, and what else.
The starting value.
Yeah.
I can talk to some of the other crews, see if like what Jet is offering. I can figure out the value, see if it's worth our time.
Yeah, I mean, some of the people who work for Jed probably do hang out at the bar.
Yeah.
So like, you could probably try to get one of them to try to
I can do that.
give some information.
I mean, I know a couple of people are looking for some things. Certainly wouldn't pay what Jed would, I assume, but might be worth it for the enclave. I could talk to a few people and see if there's anything going on. So just
Okay.
in case this doesn't work out.
Sounds like a plan.
If anybody gets any information about what they think the length of the job might be before we go in there, that might be good. I'm worried about leaving Puck out alone for several months again.
I mean, you'll be 7 feet tall when you get back, so.
He's been
That
practicing
boy,
pretty
I
good.
swear.
He might not have to be left alone.
Hard to find him.
Wait, what did Longbow say?
He said, and he's been practicing pretty well. He might not have to be left alone for too much longer. I know you might not be ready for that.
She's like,
Just gonna put that out there.
he's still a kid.
He might be safer with us.
I'll go talk to the farmhands. Martha leaves.
I think Ash just kind of looks at you with the, really, bro? You back in town for less than 2 hours.
Just, hey, she's worried about leaving him. Okay, it is an answer.
I agree with your answer, but
None of them are good.
It's not like LoJack is that much older than him.
right.
Yeah,
Ash is not like she gets it. Ash gets it. He agrees, but it's like, all right, I'm gonna head to the bar and ask around, see what I can find out, pay wise, see if it's worth it.
Okay. Yeah. Who wants to do a thing and who wants to do their thing first?
I will do my thing first.
Okay.
Just to get it out of the way. Is that what would that be? Would that be sensitivity, deception, networking?
Networking seems to probably be like a good answer to go with.
So yeah, I think I'll find some of what would I would know by now, probably like who's the some of the guards or maybe some of Jet's people,
Mhm.
and just like, hey guys, hey gals, I heard y'all got a job. Just kind of looking for like, what's the price? You know, she's not very smooth like Richard.
Yeah.
So,
so, I think they're aware that like he has certain people that he wanted to try to like handpick to try to do stuff, and he knows that you're kind of like associated. They know that you're associated with one of those groups. So yeah, like make your roll and see if they're like kind of gonna get that and roll through with it.
That's good. Like that. That is a 5/3.
Okay.
Oh wait, fuck.
Is it 3 and 3?
It's 3 and 3.
Oh. Oh no.
First
Casey.
roll of the
First
night,
roll.
first roll back.
I think maybe
All
the
right, what's
first.
your third character?
Yeah.
Oh, oh. All right, look. You can spend a
It's
willpower.
Puck.
If you spend a will, then it becomes a normal failure. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll spend that will because I don't want to lose the fucking job right off the
Well,
bat.
you're we haven't even gotten to the negotiation yet, and you don't get more will
Not true.
before then. It's okay.
If-
We don't have to know the base price. It's from Jed. It's a story quest. We can take it either way.
Plus, there's still 3 more people here to go for it.
True.
This is main
Yeah, you
story
can
quest.
be like, didn't get that info. So
Right.
We lost our land yap. It's all good.
So yeah. Actually, I think it's poetic. Actually, this is her first time actually trying to do this kind of stuff. So a failure like this is like, yep. And now I see why Rigid was in charge of this because
I think maybe what happens then is that they know that Jed has like the people that he's trying to handpick. Like, oh yeah, he's trying to go through the incidentals, trying to go through whatever. They probably don't know you're an incidental.
right.
So they think you're just coming up and trying to be like, I'm just randomly trying to like get information about a thing that like I shouldn't know about to start with. So like they get real clammed up and like they get real defensive and like they leave and they probably mention something about it to Jet. Like there's people here in town asking about stuff we don't think should be asking about stuff. Like
All right. She's like, fuck. I get better at this. Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out a place where I can write myself a note in the notes that are like way too dense to write an actual notes in.
So Ash knows that I was gonna go talk to the farmhands. If Ash is quick enough to stop me to go do this other thing. These aren't one and dones, Mike?
Yeah.
No, I guess not, right? Because you're not doing. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, no,
So-
because anybody can do any of these items, right? So like one
Mhm.
person failed to find out what the base price is. Somebody else can do something to find out what the base price is.
Okay. So yeah.
It's not so much
Yeah.
like only one person can hotwire the car. It's there are slots and we have multiple access to these slots for this part of the game.
Gotcha.
So yeah, no. Ash would 100% after they leave, like, okay, pivot. What would Rigid do? Mirtha, and take off.
Yeah.
And try to catch you before you started talking to the farmhands.
Yeah, I think she had just like gotten to the garden, but hadn't like the mud puddle that is currently the garden. But she hasn't like started talking to anyone yet. Like,
You see a very like flustered Ash.
Martha would turn around and run up to her. Is everything okay?
I now know why Rigid did all this. I kind of fucked up.
Oh, okay. What happened?
So I went to go talk. I know some of the guys and some of the gals that come in and work for Jed, and
Uh-huh.
I've been really quiet, like not and staying in the bar, so nobody realizes I'm actually part of your gang.
Oh.
So they misconstrued like I was being nosy, and they don't. And because we haven't really been hanging out other than that one time at the beginning, and we just kind of all been doing our things. They don't realize that I was the replacement for Richard, and so maybe you can find out about the price.
Martha like winces when she says it that way. Like, yeah. I mean, okay, we can go. Let's double back because it'll be important for them to know
Right.
anyway,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So she'll like so we'll start over basically. Let's go back and try and catch up with some of Judd's crew.
I think you're able to. There's a little place that's like over by where the market is, where there's like
Mhm.
some tables outside. And as you're kind of like headed that direction, you spot somebody who you know works for Jed.
Mhm.
It is probably not one of the people who was in that group that was talking to Ashe,
Okay.
but he's there because there's a couple people who are watching a tablet that has like a video stream on it.
Mhm.
Um, that video stream is it's footage of a rally. It's like rallying for support for the such and such amendment. Um, as they kind of pan around and they're like, people who stand against this amendment say that it's going to like curtail civil liberties and just increase the government's ability to surveil the people. But the people who are pushing for this bill say that it's the only real way to fight the terrorists, and they keep attacking us. And they keep panning around, and then they like come to settle on the stage as like your dad steps up to the lectern.
You just let me know if there are Canadian flags being burned in effigy. That's all Longbow needs to know.
Oh, there are angry chants. There are a lot of like fake hockey players on sticks being flung around. Like just
No, son, no. You do not go after hockey.
I think Martha pauses and puts like a hand on Ash's arm to just like stop her for a second. Um, as Martha herself focuses on whatever is about to be said. Not that you need to tell me, like I get it, right? It's one of
yeah,
those.
that's really as far as I have. Yeah, and it doesn't get into like it. He
I
steps
can
up and then like like it kind of
I
like
can
it's muted. It
picture
says
it.
they recognize that like, oh, there's someone approaching our table. Yeah.
She like kind of look towards it and then like close her eyes and take a
Oh,
breath and like
but can you give me a self-control check?
fuck. 10/6 without adding anything.
Okay, you're good. You're good.
You do see like she like clenched Ash's arm pretty hard when she like saw this man come up on stage. But she
Ow.
turns.
Ow. That's your bow hand.
She
It's
and she like looks at like Jed, the guy that works for Jed, and he's like, Zach, right? I'm Martha. Was wondering if I could talk to you for a few.
oh yeah, no, all right, yeah. What you need? Like I like it's on one of those like it's a cover, but it flips around to make a stand, and like he kind of like flips it back shut and like lays it down on the table. It's like it goes away.
Yeah. So she breathes a little easier. Hey, so I don't know if you know or like if your crew knew that Ashe here, like she works at the bar, right? I think you guys know her from there, but she's part of our crew now. After what happened,
Like, oh yeah, after you lost the other guy. Yeah, he was a nice guy.
her
Sorry about that.
her boyfriend, yeah,
Oh,
she like
yeah.
yeah,
It's like, yeah, no, he's like had no.
yeah. But just in case, like, I don't know if the rest of your crew knows, so maybe like if you want to spread that word. But actually, we think there might be a job coming up with Jed. Do you know anything about that?
I only know a little bit. He's keeping a lot of this stuff real close to the vest. So he has like, he's
That's
had a couple of us talking to a couple people for him, but like, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
I I have 2 in charm. I have persuasion, sensitivity, and leadership.
so leadership, I don't think is the right call.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Persuasion?
Since it's yeah, persuasion is going to be your way to go.
Okay. Yes. That's 11/7.
All right. And you're still trying to do how much it's worth.
Yeah, value.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I don't know the full details on it. I know that I ran back and forth before I guess somebody from the shipping hands passed on it entirely. They didn't want to do it.
The shipping
but
hands don't want to do it.
I don't know. He had other people in that growing up who was high on his list anyways. Doesn't get along great. But I think when he was offering it to them, it was for 16.
Okay. 1-6, Mike.
Yes.
1-6.
I thought it was 6-0. That's what I heard. I was like,
I was like,
Yes. That's
Nice,
a real
worth
good
it.
job.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's like
Let's
well,
go.
guys, 60,
Don't
and
sweat
that's the base
negotiation.
price. That's before we negotiated up. Yeah, that's
Don't even sweat the negotiations.
We
Let's
just
just
start
go.
the negotiation and negotiations right now. Yes.
Yeah, done. Got it.
My answer is yes.
gonna do it.
Just grab the paperwork, start signing. You can't stop me. I'm taking this job.
Yeah. She'll have pleasantries with, chat with him
Yeah.
for a bit and just whatever, pass along information if she has any for anything else. And kind of like leave with Ashe, and Martha's like, do you want to do the talk? Like, do you want to do the negotiation with Jed, or like me or Deacon? Like, Deacon could do it if you weren't feeling.
I haven't decided yet. But yeah, no. Let's get the rest of the information.
Okay. I just like, we've dealt with him, or I think Deacon even met with him. Right?
Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
it Rigid
yeah.
and Deacon that went?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Just yeah. She just kind of like, she looks a little frustrated because of how easy you got the info, and it's like, but it's like it's been a while, and she's like, yeah, okay, yeah,
Hey,
man.
it's okay. Like, it isn't anything big. We got the info, and even if we hadn't, it would have been fine. So don't worry about it.
Right. Is 16 a good start though?
I cannot hear you.
Sorry, is 16 good?
I
Like
mean,
she's trying to learn at this point, being that's been a while.
yeah, I think it's a bit better than some other jobs we have done. I say
a
it
lot
like
better
quickly.
than the last job you've done.
Well, no, the last job sucked.
This is like it's the base price for like the first schoolhouse censor's job was 15.
Okay.
So like it's not bad.
Yeah.
I didn't write out that number for all the others.
Guess you
Totally against
did.
Well, like
yeah,
don't the one when you got the rubber, I just have the like you got 78 value total.
Mm-hmm.
The long walk, the equilibrium price was 10. This one is 16.
So this is like starting half as high, right? Or
Yeah.
twice as yeah. No, it's a big number, which we'll talk about it with the others.
Right.
So
okay. So yeah,
Cool.
we just walk back, I guess, wherever
Alright.
takes us.
Yeah, so Longbow and Deacon, what would you like to find out and how?
I'm still looking for our competition, right?
Yeah, my plan was to find out the details, and I think the way that makes the most sense is to drop that off of the competition. So I will wait to figure out who the competition, because I mean they might have already met and have the details, right? Like,
Sure, that's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, Longbow's plan is to go to the gun hands. He probably haunts their place quite a bit on his hunt for Bobby, right?
Yeah.
And he is.
So the gun hands is like encompasses a group of people, multiple groups of people, right? There's Alpha Team, who are here in town, they're the fencemen. They defend elevation.
Right.
And there's Bravo team who like aren't quite up to the like Alpha team, and they
never
sort
are
of they sort of operate as a group of takers, and that's where like Bobby was on Bravo team, Rick, Bat, and Frankenberry are Bravo team.
Right.
The guy who you almost got into a fight into the bar like way back in the first session, because
Right.
We're not here to talk about ghosts. That guy's like the head of Bravo team.
Gotcha. So he's probably in good with Bravo team at this point, right?
Yeah.
But Alpha team and Bravo team are officed in the same building.
Yeah, they operate out of the same thing because they're both like arms of the gun hands kind of deal.
In my understanding of the gun hands is that they provide security for elevation, also inside elevation.
To a general extent, like they don't like necessarily like patrol the streets kind of deal, but like if there's
Sure.
a problem and like people start shouting, like gun hands are some of the high end folks that show up.
Right. So my thinking here, Mike, and you tell me if this is way off base, is that inside this HQ there is probably a guest log for folks that went up the elevator that the gun hands checked on their way up.
So these guys don't actually do security for like jet gems and the people on top of the elevator. Like they're not running that elevator itself and stuff like that.
All right.
They kind of operate as a different organization within elevation. Like
Okay.
Jed has bodyguards and they're not the
Right. Sure. That makes sense. I was hoping to pull a criminality and see some stuff, but I guess instead what I will do is grab my Ubix and do some good old fashioned research and see if I can suss out who's either been making posts or who's been asking some questions that I think is, man, Jed Jones is all about this rail, right? He's all about this rail line. So like, what crews have been lately poking around, asking questions about the rail line or doing some research, that kind of thing. I'm going to try and find out who's been doing research on what I know to be sensitive information, because that means that they are already clued in on some stuff, right? And so maybe that's a way to do it, is to like do some Ubix hunting for crews that have been asking around about something that they have no business asking around about unless they're looking into a job that Jed is putting them on. Is that effective? Is that a
That is, yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how to like put the fluff to give you that information. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and make your research,
okay. That is a 10 over 5.
Okay. Yeah, I think you do end up coming across a little bit of discussion in like one of like the local boards, where there was a couple people. There's like it's a conversation about like, especially, hey, now that the rail hands or the shipping hands,
Yep.
shipping hands, have this kind of like network of sensors that they use to monitor the rail around the area. You know, what's been kind of happening with that? How has that been panning out? What's been going on with it? I think part of that is that like, you know, yeah, there's more people who are interested in it, and there's people who are interested in things that are like, you know, kind of on that stuff that we monitor and maybe a little bit farther outside the edges of that. And sometimes they come to us and like, you know, there's like somebody from the shipping hands talk about like, yeah, sometimes we get people who come to us asking us to like go, you know, do additional stuff. And, you know, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Usually we pass on it. And then there's probably a couple responses that go in under that. And then the one that kind of sticks out to you is there's one where like it's worded in like this kind of like snide, okay, thanks for the tip. I'll keep that in mind when I do my thing. Post by JP from Bravo team.
Oh shit. Okay. Cool. I'm not in there because we already discussed that would be a valid thing. So I'm gonna go find Deacon and crew, let them know that sounds like Bravo team's on this one.
And using that information, I'm gonna go post up in a place near them because they seem a little sloppy recently. And see if I can't pick something up. Just hanging out.
Yeah. Um,
Especially old Frankenberry. He seems a little loose these days.
Can I assist him and let him know about the that they've been in the bar crying about Bobby? You know, there might be something going on, like a remembrance of him going on or something like that, to help give him an angle.
mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think Deacon would kind of be supportive in that way, just if for nothing else, because Chloe was close with him too. It's just like one of those
Yeah.
things.
Um,
But yeah, I don't know what skill that would be. I mean, it's kind of like eavesdropping, I guess, but it's just more hanging out and seeing if something slips on what they've actually been kind of asked to do.
so I think we'll do two parts, right? Because one is like a kind of story thing that's not actually part of this, but here's a
Yeah.
good way to get into there. Um, Chloe may be able to tell you that Bobby never talked much about who he was dating, but
Mm.
he had an anniversary around this time.
Oh, okay.
But anytime she tried to ask him about stuff, he'd like basically just claim it completely.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Gotcha.
and then if you want to make your roll for, it's a good
Got a lot of
one.
ones and twos on this sheet, so just awareness,
Yeah,
sensitivity.
how
I
about
don't know.
just awareness? Because like Frankenberry's back
Awareness.
there and Brickbat's back there, and like somebody else from Bravo team is probably there having this conversation. We can kind of go back.
That is a 9/6.
Okay. Yeah, I think the conversation that you do pick up on is Brickbat saying like, yeah, I know it's back out the direction that we had to go out the rail lines back when that stuff with Bobby happened. But it's been a while, and it's a job. We need to work. Um, it's only it's 5 legs out to where they're asking us to go. But it is it's potentially dangerous work because they want us they want that rail yard cleared, and then we're gonna have to hold it.
That's good to know. Um, yeah, I think kind of just sitting around like after that conversation's kind of died down, like let it breathe a little bit, everybody's kind of dispersing a bit. I think Deacon would just go up to Frankenberry and just be like, I've been just kind of paying attention. It seems like you're having a rough time here lately, but if you if you ever need to talk to somebody, that is kind of my profession. Um, so I'd be more than happy to talk to you about whatever's bothering you.
I think he seems a little flustered that you would offer that. But he's like, yeah, yeah, no, if I get the chance, I'm cool. See about having a conversation with you. Yeah, sure.
I mean, even if you
Yeah.
just need me to listen, I'm a professional listener, So just kind of give him a little tip of the hat, go on his way, kind of deal. Like I'm not gonna hover, but
Okay.
just ain't gonna let somebody just have a rough time and not see if he can lend a hand. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'll head back to meet up with everybody and
Okay.
give him the scoop that it's sounds like it's a rail yard 5 legs away that we've got to clear and then hold, which that's an interesting bit of verbiage there. It sounds like somebody else is going to want it.
It's only 5
Yeah.
weeks away, though.
Sure.
Not too bad.
I mean, it's better than 20, but
It is a bit.
I mean,
Well,
we've gone 3 before, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
Pays 16. Pays
Well,
16,
Ashe-
5 legs away.
yeah, Ash
Yeah.
found out that it pays or starts at 16. So I wasn't able to
Down
get.
your leg.
I wasn't able to. I wasn't able to get much more. So I think it's just Judd.
And the gun hands. It's been a while since they've been out there, right? So they might be kind of. If they're taking this job, they might be kind of hungry for it. It's kind of my
I
thinking.
have an idea. Don't have
Famous last words.
Mike,
All right.
Mike,
Yeah.
Your microphone again, Casey.
yeah, Mike, just real quick.
Sorry.
The Longbow has been working kind of with the gun hands to figure out what's going on with Bobby.
Mhm.
Have the gun hands been sending him out that way, or have they been sending him somewhere else? I'm just curious if there's like some gun hands deception going on here.
I don't know how much direction they've been giving you for like a place to go is. It's like they know where stuff happened, but like
Right.
anytime they've had people who went back by that same spot again, they're like it wasn't like somebody set up an ambush in the same spot 3 weeks in a row, right? Like nothing's ever been out there when anybody went out there again.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so unless there's something else that we want to hit here, this is probably a good spot for us to take a break for a couple minutes.
Sorry,
We'll
Casey,
come
I didn't mean to
back.
ut you off. Was there something you wanted to?
No.
I think leaving it hanging on Casey saying I have an idea is probably nice.
Famous last words.
That's the preamble to content.
Content. Content.
We need T-shirts that just say "content registered trademark." Like,
Yeah.
I liked Tay's idea of just a headshot of Casey with "I have an idea."
Yes. Yes. Or I have a plan. I have a plan.
plan.
Is the bigger piece of content.
Yeah, the
I have an
plan.
idea. Is the prelude.
For the
pre-game.
plan.
It's the
Yeah.
pre-game to the big show.
right.
We either go well or disastrous. There's only 2 ways it goes.
Oh my God. Can't wait.
No middle ground. Don't need to. Cool. Yeah, then we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. Catch everybody then. Be time. Sit tight. Here, have some music. Bye. Hello again, everybody. Turn things off.
Back in
Okay.
Oklahoma, looking at this giant green elevator.
Yeah.
Every
you know,
so
it was-
often I look the thing up just to remind myself how impressive it is. And it is gargantuan. It is
it's
ridiculously huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just
So
dumb.
yeah, we have seen what has changed here in Elevation in the last few months since it has been, on screen in the Incidentals here. We have snooped around town. We've been pinged by Mr. Jones because he's nasty himself, and
We're all
we have
nasty
found
here.
we have found out that he's trying to hire for a job. 5 legs for you to travel to a rail yard that you need to clear and hold.
Very
Paying
interesting
16.
verbiage.
Yeah, paying 16 bounty to start. And your competition, potentially Bravo team. Folks folks you've seen here around town.
Yep.
Folks you've been working with, if not for.
We get to say disparaging comments about them and why Jones doesn't want to hire them. This will go great.
This won't get
Look,
back to them at all ever.
Look, Longbow is not in that room. Okay, whatever we say, Longbow is. I don't care if I have to be in that room to do some shit. Longbow is not in that room to say disparaging comments about Bravo team.
So, Deacon, would you be up to talking to Mr. Jones?
No, yeah, I talked to him. He's a nice fellow.
Think you're the best at it, right? Of just
mean-
talking and listening.
This feels like the many time I've said that today, but I do that for a living. I did do that for a living, so I guess it ain't nothing different. Negotiating, I haven't done too much of that outside of a couple used pickup trucks from my uncle Earl, but I don't
Well-
know. That's a pretty hard bargain if you knew him.
Okay. Well, why don't the three of us go back to my place and I can make us start up some dinner for us and Puck, and if you want to meet us back there, Deacon.
Can do.
Okay.
And can
Good
we
luck.
see from where your kitchen is? Can we see like the towers, the elevators?
Oh yeah.
If you crane your neck a little, sure.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think Longbow stays in your kitchen and is just like kind of watching towards the elevators.
To
all
make
the
sure I
time.
don't go like flying off the top or
I
something.
know.
Like
I know, I
if I see a deacon shaped body going over the edge, I'm like, we gotta go.
I think Martha is just
we gotta
like
go right now.
stirring some rice or something and just like, what do you think they're gonna do to him that you're gonna be able to stop?
I'm just preoccupied. I'm waiting to see what happens out there. But in the back of Longbow's head, I was like, if he goes over that edge, we're leaving right away. Because they're coming for us next.
You're
Whatever.
like looking for like, okay, Puck's out bag is there and her
Yeah,
bag is
exactly.
there.
Like my go bag is like just around the corner.
Deacon will put on his Sunday best. It's probably a little tight in the sleeves now because we've added a few more months onto, the
He's
the
so
swole, the
swole.
gains. We're getting the gains now, and that's just kept going. Just a lot of whey protein, really, in those few months. 100% whey.
Psalm chata.
Yeah. Psalm
I'm an
chata.
idiot. I'm a fucking dumbass.
That's all. But yeah, yeah, he'll go on up there. See about some negotiating, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we can just kind of like, fade back in with like you there in Jed Jones's office. Like there, he's got, his clean shirt with like the pearl snaps on it. Nobody who doesn't live up this elevator has a shirt this nice. Bolo tie going on. Like, oh yeah, good to see you again, preacher. Can I offer you a beverage? I'm not sure what all you partake of.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be impolite to turn you down. Is that turquoise? I love that. Got that southwestern kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, back in the day, me and the wife went to the Grand Canyon for vacation.
Nice place.
Beautiful country
people
back
say-
before, again.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's still probably just a big hole in the ground, right? But it sure is a pretty one.
I concur. Like, I like it. Clinks his glass against the one that he sets down for you. So yeah, I gotta admit, not the first person who I totally expected to show up when I put out that call to your crew, but glad to have you here. I have some more work that I need to have done by some trustworthy, reliable people. Feel like you're all done right for me in the past.
Might as well
Take
call us
that,
by
give or
name.
take Ethan. You ever take dead Ethan? But I understand how things get strange out there. Actually, no, he doesn't know the cute. I remember what it is. That was just me being stupid putting in a callback. So yeah, I got some work. Trust. Well, I suppose the formality of it all again. He'll like pop open his tablet and like you find where he has like, here's the NDA that Rigid signed, and he kind of like, all right, copy, new one. If you would be so kind as to sign the NDA again.
Yeah,
It's-
so that's good. That's good that they're discrete NDAs that cover each operation. Love that. Love that for us. Yeah, Deacon. Sorry.
Okay.
And
Excellent.
now we're contractually obligated to not talk about it or ask about it or mention it. Starts now.
Okay. Like, so you all did an excellent job out there finding a working rail line between here and St. Louis. Um, based on one of the pings when y'all were out there doing that. Um, it never came up as something at the time because it wasn't particularly significant. You knew there were a couple places out there where there was stuff on the rails that, like, you could get it out of the way if you had big enough equipment, but as people on foot, you weren't going to clear it, right? Well, there's a particular railway junction that you went through that is unfortunately it needs a bit of repairs and it needs to have some stuff cleared that cannot be done by human hands alone. Um, I tried looking around locally, but the shipping hands, the greasers have more and more say over what those guys do, so they aren't necessarily doing as much helpful work on the rail lines as I would like. So they decided to be useless, I think is the technical term. So I've had to seek outside help, which ultimately is probably for the best anyway. So here's what's happening. I have 2 contractors coming in from Trabajo out in Colorado. They have their own converted railway apparatus, where they basically have their own mode of transportation on the rail lines and a car that is a mobile workshop for the work that they do.
Fancy.
So they're going to come here. They're going to go to that rail yard and they are going to repair the stuff that is at that rail yard that I need fixed. And with their setup that they have, they're going to have enough muscle and horsepower to clear the stuff out of the way in addition to doing the maintenance work that's going to be out there. So what I need from you all is to go out to that rail yard and clear that rail yard of any casualties or problems that might be there for our contractors that might be in the way of them doing their work.
This is like a thinking about it, like would Deacon specifically remember like what rail yard he's talking about? Because like it
I'm
wasn't
sure there's a
on the way
couple.
up.
It
on the way
wasn't that
back,
it would have been one on the way back, and it's not something that we ever did. Like we didn't do a leg there, right? Like we didn't do a leg encounter there.
Oh, okay.
But it was a place that you passed through. That like, yeah, there's more stuff in the way here, but like the rails themselves are still functional, and there's this. It's where like train tracks cross, and like, yeah, if you could get this one pushed off so it's not blocking it diagonally, then yeah, you could pull straight through. Just 4 people on foot can't move this like railroad car. So
yeah, and that was our job, is to scout things, take pictures, mark things, never to actually move shit. So
right.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of that whole area we crossed that was just debris for like
oh yeah, after like the tornado hit
a
there.
couple miles, and it's like, I mean, because then I'm like, well, why are we you just put like a little plow on the front of that train and just move it, like we can't do anything. But yeah, okay. Yeah, you can be like, well, that all sounds fair and simple, at least about as fair and simple as it gets out.
Well, I like to think so. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I got refurb and repurp. They're coming out to do the job. I just need you to get out there, clear the space, make sure nothing hurts these people, because it's part of my job. Obviously, is they come here to do work. I'm supposed to keep them safe.
And I mean, this rail yard isn't like a whole enclave or anything, just hanging out there or something, right? I just gotta check,
No, there's nobody that I'm aware of living there. I did a little bit of looking around on the Ubik. It's like the Ubik. Like I don't kind of know what that is. Anyway, like I didn't see any enclaves that or anybody that mentioned being in an enclave too close to there. So I don't think you got. I think it's unlike uh, unlikely you have living people out there, but it's the kind of space that casualties would collect, and we all know how it goes with casualties and loud sounds.
Yeah, I'm intimately familiar.
And loud sounds like a train car.
A whole train car and like
Yeah.
construction work.
Yeah.
A
So
backhoe.
yeah, what could and hold the space refer to? Yeah, that's
Yeah. Just when are they just gonna start like pinging the railroad tracks with something metal just repeatedly, like a dinner bell? Like when is that part of the job? I
it
promise
depends on
this is
how
100% necessary.
it depends on how bad you piss off the competition, right?
Right?
Bravo teams out there like ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that's what I have to offer you. So it's something that sounds like it would be in y'all's wheelhouse. I would appreciate
Certainly
it.
does. It's a job that
Cool.
needs doing. That sounds like our wheelhouse.
Perfect. Perfect. I love when good work ethic. So let me find the negotiation thing here, and we can.
Get the spread. Prepare the spreadsheet.
Yeah, we can try to remember how negotiation works. And the last time we did it was November, right? Like, yeah. Let's see.
Got
Okay.
this. Leadership role.
Leadership. That is a thing we do.
Black roll for job price is 7. Red
Oh.
die for job price is
No, this in
9.
chat. I got you.
Got Ramon.
I know that's Rilla, you being in chat is the only thing that ever keeps this on the rails. Pardon the pun. That's yeah.
Nah. On the legs.
Let's see. It is asking me crew breakpoints.
I don't need to do anything with like a negotiations spreadsheet on this.
No,
web app. I'm just on the-
once
I'm
I've
just on
got
the
it
dice
here,
page.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I'm keeping
I
these,
like
so-
that one. That one's only got like 2 different rolls on it. It doesn't have.
Crew breakpoint 17. Number of takers 4. Number of legs 5. Crew upkeep 33. All right, cool. All right. Yeah, so everything starts off with a leadership role. Based on the leadership role, we figure out how many rounds of negotiations there will be, and whether or not you get to know how many rounds of negotiations there will be.
Great.
Does he get to use a spot already on the leadership role? Is that
No,
only
not
after
on
the
this
spot?
part. On the steps after that for like determining sway.
Because we learned last time you want to start in early on using that shit because you only get to use one at a time.
Yeah.
And
So also worth noting is that Jed Jones has 3, right? Just like everybody else. He's a soft spot, a weak spot, and a tough spot. His soft spot and his weak spot, you already know. Because those are
We
like,
can use those again.
yeah, you already know he's a family man, and he ain't no country bumpkin. That never changes about him. His tough spot depends on like what the actual situation at hand is. So that's going to change from job to job. But you already have 2 things to wield, kind of like to shove him around. And he's never had to negotiate with Deacon before, so he doesn't have anything Deacon specific to put out there.
sweet.
Okay, so black die for roll for job is 7, red die is 9, crew breakpoint is
17.
number of takers is 4, number of legs 5, crew upkeep
33.
Jesus. So job value or leadership role.
Yeah, that's where we're at now.
Okay,
we get to make the leadership role to get started.
I got a critical success 2-2.
Yes.
I saw a 2. I was upset. I saw the other 2, less upset.
Much less upset. Yes. Spend the willpower to make that a mega crit.
Choose.
Is that a thing? You just make it a mega crit. We get
Yeah.
unlimited rounds of
You
negotiation.
go Super Saiyan on him and like shit's glowing. I'm just kidding.
I just flex and my suit coat just rips.
Yeah, the buttons pop.
Yeah. What makes you think you can accomplish this job? Have you
Like,
seen me?
And
Never
then we
seen
click.
such a.
I'm sorry. No.
Well, and then it's it was trying to put
Taker
the
wins.
taking the start negotiations. Okay. Yeah, now
Can
I
I
get to
just-
the part where I'm like
I just-
trying to use the thing gets all sketchy and I don't.
I love the Red Markets web app. It's very kind to me.
It gives you what you need when you need it, man.
It
Like,
does.
it has done well for Deacon.
It's done a lot of giving. We'll see when it starts taking away.
I mean, it's
The web
pretty
app.
clear that the game is tilted, right? Whenever Casey throws lots,
It's bad.
it's tough.
Mhm.
It's tough.
It's always bad.
It's a tough move.
Up until that last mission, negotiations was the only thing I was good at was negotiations.
You was solid. Solid.
We've
And then I
we've got-
tripped and fell and got bit.
we're working off the concepts of universal magnetism and universal feng shui. And so the worse Casey rolls, the better I get to roll. Because it
Well,
all
I did.
evens
I mean,
out.
it's fair because I did
Yeah.
have a critical failure. So
First 2 rolls of the whole game. 1 crit fail, 1 crit success. We're
Boom. We're doing it.
as always on the extremes.
I imagine that crit fails like and just an extra spot he gets to use or something for the group. That
It was
around,
I was
trying to
gonna have him know one of Ash's spots
Oh,
gasp.
because then
Wait,
yeah,
Got
that's
him with
something
the
that you could use.
audible. Got him with the audible.
All right, I'm drawing a blank on how many rounds of negotiations you're supposed to get when you have critical success.
Oh,
Hopefully it's not just the number that I rolled because that's not good.
because the 2 would be tough.
The 2, yeah, the 2's tough. But I mean, hey, less time to do bad things.
Have that cheat sheet in front of you.
Where is it?
Half of black plus skill.
So
Oh.
1 plus skill.
It's leadership, then that is
In
also
rounds.
1. So it is 2. It is.
Is that
actually
for
2.
a critical success?
Or does that matter?
Doesn't matter.
Sure, I should not. Okay, so there's 2 rounds. There's 1 opportunity to do a scam in between them.
Great. Keep it quick.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
means there's
Look.
not as much a chance to hit for him. Give a full set of rounds.
Crit success could give a full set of rounds.
If you want to be nice.
So it's 3 then, right?
I'm unclear what a full set of rounds means. Yeah. Oh, it's ridiculous. Actually, we'll just add you directly to Zoom to help answer these questions.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I think
They're not-
sorry, my LK is, I cannot look up rules because my LK is being really weird.
They're not a tab for negotiation.
4 rounds would be a full set, so you can get all 3. Thank you, Ronaldus, again.
Got this. Got this.
Okay,
Sure, that's better than 2. I'll take
4 rounds.
There is info in, I think, either rules or red markets, Ethan, for the negotiation for this.
I was looking
Um,
at rules. I don't see like a
It's probably in red markets.
system present. Jobs
Red
negotiation.
markets, jobs, negotiation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, 1's way to start round. Okay, it does. The leadership rules were directly in there. Okay. Should have gone to the Legend Keeper. They claim critical success is move up 1 sway to start. Rounds equals black divided by 2.
Okay.
So
The
take her
rounds would be
sway.
the same, but we start higher. I'm fine either way.
Take her sway being up is better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would we start at?
Okay. So you start at value, which is the 16. So,
And the client sway? Or
I had to put it as taker sway 1, client sway 0, and mark it as like you negotiated around that way to get it to me.
Do I have all the skill? I do. I think I do have all the. I can do anything but lie. So we're good.
we're good.
Well, deception is
Fine.
usually for like I'm ending the negotiations early.
Mm.
Like each of them maps to like a specific thing that you do in the negotiation.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Which is actually farther down that page too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I can't really stop him from using any of the spots because that's specifically under deception. But I mean, I can fix.
Sorry,
I can fix
intimidate.
that the next time we.
Yeah, intimidate ends the negotiation early. Yeah.
That I can do.
Yeah.
That I can do.
Deception would gain sway on the tracker or incorporate one of the client spots into the pitch for an extra +1 sway.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think.
That's not fun.
Well, that's
Yeah.
under persuasion too.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, for the game +1 sway, or incorporate the client spot. Yeah, the only thing on that list that I can't do is the negate the client's bonus, which I mean that's fair. I mean Deacon would just be like, I mean you got us there, but here's why that doesn't matter. Like,
okay,
I'll tell you something else you like better. I'm like, I'm not gonna pretend that we're not that because whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good to go. I'm I feel prepped. I feel ready.
Okay, so then the black roll was a 2, correct? Yes.
Correct.
So you do start 1 sway up on the tracker, and there are 2 rings.
Cool.
No, there's 1 round.
Is that?
We'll do 2 rounds.
Okay.
Because reasons.
That gives me a little bit.
Things happen, right? He has to be generous because he didn't realize that Rigid passed away, and you would throw him through that, and that's the next room, right? That's cool.
One round isn't even enough time to talk,
Yeah.
I like that he didn't know that Rigid was dead. I was like, oh shit.
Like, oh no, I guess I did hear that after all. My condolences.
Yeah. It's one of those. It's the draws, right? Like it automatically goes an extra round just because it takes so long to say everything.
Yeah. Okay, so
that's Southern Draw 101.
Because
what
we know
is?
this. Sorry. I'll wait.
I was just going to ask, what is your tack going to be here for the first round of negotiations?
I mean, I'm just going to come out strong with a good pitch of like to get some extra sway, right? Is the thing I think. But be a little persuasive, just like we're really good at our job and we're going to get it done. And then use. I think probably use his spot. I think the not no country bumpkin spot. I think the Deacon will kind of be like, it's like, listen, you're a boss man, all right. And the thing I know about boss men is they know their employees, they know the job, and they know what it takes. And so I know that we're what it takes, all right. And kind of just give him that, like, we can do the job, we've done the job, just let us continue to do good work, basically. Just the no bull, just give it to him straight, because that's Deacon's negotiation style. Just here to go. All right, what do I have in persuasion? These are great questions. Persuasion, okay, I got a 1 in persuasion. Let's see what we got. 10/5.
10/5. Okay, so that's success, and you have his spot, so that is 2 sway for you. He has 1 in return. He's gonna be like, I understand when y'all went out there that you got hold of that pickup. That was very helpful to you guys. Did a good job. So if you look out that window over here on the back side of we're on like the side of the elevators where there's like the railway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, take a look down there. There is a white pickup truck with the drop rig on the front and the back. Gas tank's empty. I ain't gonna be the one who pays for maintenance on it. I'd be willing to part with that. It helps get you to take this job. So that gets him one extra sway. And gives you guys new expenses. So that's fun, right? Like,
Great. I mean, we can sell that when we get back for extra money. Just continue to gain and lose vehicles.
Cool.
This is the way.
I don't know. Somebody fished it out from like way up by one of the bridges that was up there. They said somebody had shot through the gas tank. Perfectly good pickup truck. I don't even know how to do anything with that. But they patched it back up, got it running again. So, it's here, and rolled in on fumes. They pushed it the last way down here to get it back into elevation, but we won't let that go. So that is 2 and 2. So right now you are at labor, black plus red plus breakpoint. We have one opportunity to run a scan.
I just wanted to make sure I follow. I thought we were at 3 and 2. But does the sway start over every time?
He had one sway from having a success, one sway from having a spot on top of it.
Oh, okay. I thought there was a third.
Yeah. And then the person with the job has like 1 by default and then can get an extra one, right?
Yeah. So he can spend either spots or gifts or what have you.
Okay.
So just to make sure I'm reading this right, is black on labor and red on 100% markup, or am I wrong?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
So we need to run a scam.
So we can undercut competition, right?
Well, we can
you
scare off
can
the competition.
you can run a scan to scare off the competition.
Yeah, so they don't undercut us.
So hear me out, and I'm open to suggestions. Robert team frequents the bar. Ashe is already set up saying like free drinks. What if I just get them blind, like not all of them, because the leader probably won't do this knowing the job, but having 2 of the takers down because they're blind drunk because I just keep feeding them drinks. It could be like persuasion, networking, whatever. Like, oh, you guys can have one more. You can have one more. It's on me, right? To cut out like 2 of the guys. One's particularly grieving. The other one's trying to be the strong friend. Use that to our advantage.
You're going to exploit Brickbat and Frankenberry's hour of need.
Ashe don't give a fuck.
That's on Ashe. I'm over here
Ashe.
stirring rice.
You don't stir rice. You just put the lid on it.
You think Martha knows how to cook?
If you put it through a strainer afterwards, so help me God, Dexy will rise from the grave. He will drive all the way from Awful House to Elevation.
Awful House is like, there's a guy that's like, ugh.
Somebody's cooking rice wrong.
I see what Mirtha's doing, and I just like turn off the Ubix. Like, y'all don't need to see this.
We could also just up the money, just pull extra squeeze because we don't have many rounds to move the thing,
So if Bravo team undercuts you, it brings your thing on the chart back down a slot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's worse.
That's why I was like, if anybody else has a better way of sabotaging,
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
So
I like your way better because it keeps Longbow clean.
That's
Same.
kind of what I was. That's
Because Longbow has a
what I
way,
was going
but I'm glad that you're doing it.
about that.
Also, just on the side, not right now. I have something to talk to Longbow about. Well, we're here making dinner.
So is that persuade? Like, what do you want to do? Like persuasion or networking?
I kind of feel like it's like deception.
I mean, I got that too. I got a 1 of that. All right, nice. Oh, I'm gonna spin the wheel. We got 11 over 1.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, essentially, you're able to convince Bravo team to get so drunk in this dark moment that they are suffering through.
Yep.
Just keep drinking, and in the process, it kind of ruins their opportunity because like some of Jed's people are around. They don't want to deal with them for this
Do
job.
critical successes do anything extra during negotiation? Like, is that extra sway or something? Or is that...
I've usually put it as extra sway.
Okay.
So
Good to know.
we can't be undercut, guys. Ashe did something.
Just because I got Will coming out of my ears, so I'm just probably should have already been spinning that, to be honest.
All good.
But because I mean, 2 rounds, that's a Will per round, and I still got some left over. We're good.
Wait, hold on. On the leadership, since you critted, didn't that give you an extra sway on the start?
This is including that.
Okay, cool.
You started up a notch from where you would normally start in the graph.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yes. Then Bravo team will not be undercutting you. And for a change, it's not the Cowboys getting angry at you. So,
Yeah. I mean, we're like one more like job snatch from them just shooting us for fun. You know?
Yeah.
They're gonna get the ornery tag on them just as people to match the horses. Right. So round 2, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna. I mean, second verse saves the first. If I could do the same thing, just attempt to continue to be persuasive and come at him this time with. I think this time Deacon would sort of take the tact of. I'm like, just think of it. You got this train yard. You can get all that grain moving. And that's a lot of pretty bows for your little girl, you know, like that's providing for your family, like an honest to goodest worker band like you does. So, you know, just was just come at him on the family man level, like, you know, you can. This is good work, and we're going to guarantee it'll happen. And Deacon just sitting here unaware that the Bravo team is just getting plastered in the bar, right? As he is very like moderately just sipping, like maybe one sip every like 10 to 15 minutes of this negotiation, right? Like
I appreciate somebody who can make it last, right? Like
it's
hard to come by out here. Yeah.
Yeah. And he just said, well, you know, it's like the Lord said, ain't drinking, it's drunkenness. So keeping a clear head and enjoying.
Amen to that.
Enjoying this fine beverage.
He will say that I do want to take one quick moment. You know, I did get word that some of my men were approached. Unusual manner. Turns out, totally legit, above board. Wasn't what they were expecting when they were out there. And I think a couple of my men might have recognized that person who came up to them. And I know that person is someone who is they're a survivor by hook or by crook, I think. There's been a few times that person has been the last one standing from whatever group she was a part of. Maybe that's something that y'all should be careful about. So he still plays Ashe's tough spot against negotiation. I think in coarser circles they would call her a roach. But I don't mean to cast aspersions. That's not terminology people use.
Yeah, I think Deacon would say, well, sounds like you'll have somebody coming back with your completed job then. You know, okay, it sounds like the job's going to get done and somebody's going to come back to collect the payday. So,
always glad to hear a positive spin on things. Kind of like collect the glass again. But yeah, let's see this. Let's see where another round goes.
I'm a priest. That's my job, is positive spin. Okay, 3 over 1, and I'm gonna spend a will to make it a crit.
Okay. So that is. Oh no! Before I submit that, let me do it the right way. That is 3 taker sway and 2 client sway. I almost had to put it in the opposite direction. So
that would be bad.
Yeah. So right now, that puts you at hazard pay, black plus red, plus breakpoint, plus 1 per taker per leg.
Cool.
So we come
That's
to
an extra 20.
Yep.
All
We
right.
are going to do another leadership role that closes out the negotiation.
All right. 11 over 6.
11 over 6. All right. Taker wins. We didn't do any price manipulation during the negotiation, correct? No, we just did getting rid of Brock team. Okay. End negotiation. Total bounty earned for this will be 69. Nice. Bounty to split if upkeep is paid. Bounty per taker is. So it's 69 bounty to divide among the 4 of you. And
because breakpoints paid, we don't have upkeep paid.
Oh, and when I clicked end negotiations, it moved you guys up again. Okay.
Must be what was necessary, right?
Yeah. Sure. Well, cool. 100% markup. Double black and red sum, then add breakpoint and 1 per taker per leg.
Good to
So
me.
that's how we get to 69 to split up between everybody in the group.
Nice.
You'll love
So
that.
69 for 5 legs and whatever holding a place means.
5 legs and a party.
Yep.
And a truck.
And a truck.
Is
And
it
a
just
truck.
for the rails?
It's a truck without any fuel.
Yeah, it's a truck without any fuels that also has the drop wheels.
So it can be off the rail or
Yeah.
on the rail.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool.
It's another pickup like what you guys had before.
It is the pickup.
With the application, it is the pickup you had before.
It's the pickup that Richard shot because he was mad.
Did they fix that with a sticker?
Nope, didn't fix it. Just put the sticker next to it.
Then they busted out the Flex Seal, right? That's because that's all it takes to fix. Yeah.
That's a lot of damage. And I'm pretty sure I came out of this with Mr. Jones still not knowing any of my spots. So
Yeah.
That's
He
a nice
didn't,
place
he
to
didn't
be
have
for the
enough
next one.
rounds to be trying to
That's good.
Mhm.
get that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. I like those quick negotiations. You just get it.
Mhm.
Just dump the will. Just bam.
There's no like, when am I gonna use this? What am I gonna do? No, all of it. Every round.
Mhm.
Yep.
Go.
Firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Well, just earn it back so you can use it on the job when you're like on the road. You know, I'm doing it. Yeah.
So the truck that we now have. Can we sell that shit?
Shut up. We need
What?
that for right now.
Do we? It has no fuel.
How much is fuel?
It has a fuel cost. Each leg's worth of fuel costs
Yeah,
what?
each unit worth of fuel for a charge. That is an it's gear. Vehicle list. Okay, so it counts as an SUV or pickup truck.
It's like three or five.
Fuel demand is 4.
Bounty to go one leg. And then
Well, hold on. Okay, so again, I have an idea. Not a plan, an idea.
Before you have an idea, can Bertha talk to Longbow?
Yes.
Well, you marinate on whatever that idea, not a plan, is.
Yeah.
Longbow and Mirtha. Mirtha sends Puck out to play. Like, go play with the, I see the neighbor kid outside. Like, go play. There. I saw that there was a rally over on the other side, Washington, I think.
political thing.
Yeah. There's some new amendment that they're trying to pass, I guess. But it was very anti,
Might be.
so.
Okay. Well, that makes me kind of hate DHQS a little more because they're going to be the ones enforcing whatever that law or amendment is.
Yeah, I didn't see enough of what his speech was, but yeah, he was. She kind of just like trails off.
Look, it's gonna get worse, right? And my people are getting desperate, and that means they might do some stuff that I don't like to. If I'm honest, I just hope that we all stay clean in all of this, because right now, folks on the other side of the wall, they got all the cards, and all of us and folks up north, we're all the ones struggling. I don't know what that means for our future, but it's probably going to get worse before it gets better.
I'd hate for us to get over there and just be a different sort of fight.
Yeah, different sort of stuff. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, even that would be better than whatever's out here, right? I mean, you can't even go for a walk without dying. So at least there's that. Even all this said, it still feels like it's worth it. I might change my tune by the time we get closer. But even now, it feels like it's worth it.
Yeah. You're not wrong about at least being able to lay your head down at night without being attacked by something.
Yeah. My biggest nightmare out here is just waking up to screams and just knowing that it don't matter. And I have to imagine that that's not possible over there.
Right. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
But I really worry about you going out there by yourself.
Yeah. I know. I'll be honest, part of that's just I got nothing to do here. And going with somebody just puts them in danger. You know, I know how to be quiet, and you know, if it looks like it's a bad situation, I can usually get away. But I appreciate you thinking of me and, you know, worrying.
Yeah, well, someone has to worry about you, right?
Speaking of, I didn't mean to upset you about Pup earlier.
Oh, it's okay.
I just know that when you're away from him, you have different worries, and I don't know the right answer. He's your brother, but
Well, you're not. I can't shelter him from what this all is, right? Like, and that would be a death sentence,
right.
to have
He's
him
getting-
not.
He's getting ready, and he needs to be.
Yeah, I know.
You're doing the
I
right thing.
was hoping that he wouldn't have to learn how to do all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's fine. I know you were just trying to do what you thought was best for me and for Puck.
Okay.
But thanks.
I'd hate for you to be cross with me.
Nah, I'll save that for being out there.
Okay. Fair. And if it ever gets too bad, I do have something for you. Okay. Takes the edge off. I know how you feel. Just saying.
You haven't been doing that out there, have you?
Oh no. I do that here. No, that is a death sentence. I do not.
Yeah.
No, I lock myself up, take away anything that, you know, I might mistake, and you know, I try and keep it safe.
I will let you know if I feel the urge to act like I was back at boarding school, I guess. I don't know like how potent the stuff is that anyway.
Good.
Did you see if Deacon fell out of the
You know, I haven't been looking. Let me check. I don't see.
So you see the little elevator coming down.
Yeah. Oh, looks like he's going down the normal way. That's good. That's good.
There we go.
It's gonna take him a couple minutes.
I'll finish
He's
up
not.
this.
He's not on the express elevator. Is what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, I'm on the normal
Yeah.
speed one.
Yeah.
I'll finish cooking up this stew then. Or the fuck
Yeah.
she's cooking. Yeah.
Oh,
I imagine
Dexy special.
stew is just a bunch of junk you threw in a pot of water, which is fair enough. That is what stew is.
That is
what
stew.
it is. That is
If you declare that to be the Dexy special, then I will be offended.
Dixie hand selects ingredients with complementary flavors.
No matter
Look.
which apocalypse he's a part of.
He has spice bags. He has
Just because none of y'all can appreciate Bahamian breakfast cooking, it does not mean that Dexy does not know what he's doing.
Look,
Ben appreciated
had-
your food.
he has sachets for his spices. All right, look,
you.
it's different. It's different.
You think we wound up with Roy's in all the arcology buildings in this city without Dexy knowing what he's doing? No, Dexy's part of this.
Somebody
That's
had to
happened.
set Roy straight.
Yes.
Just
I could just that was literally half of it stuff like shipping back to Dexy. It was like, hey, we were down in Laredo, got a whole bunch of spices for you, Dexy, sending it right over to you, buddy.
Yeah.
Got just a truck full of cumin.
No, it's paprika.
Oh my god.
Paprika.
this isn't even a spice. This is decoration. That's
It is
I'm
decoration.
gonna throw my own hand grenade of my own argument back in there.
That's just a waste of truck space, man. You gotta get some else on that.
That was a waste of diesel.
No, I think it's like a hearty, like vegetable, like stew. Like it's just good. Just good flavors.
Tofu if we're lucky.
Hell, we
I don't know.
get
Do
tofu out
soybeans
here.
still grow
There's
I
GMO
mean-
soybean crops. There's probably a lot of GMO soybean crops out there.
I
Trying
mean,
to-
there's more soybeans you can shake a stick at in Louisiana, and Oklahoma's not that far away.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah.
And a sugar cane.
Soybeans, sugar cane, sweet potatoes. So
Well, I haven't. Speaking of sugarcane, I haven't been able to talk to Ethan about that. Like David did to me.
That's right.
Done did to me.
That's right. That's right. That's good.
But yeah, Deacon will kind of come back and he'll kind of give one of those like hat in his hand kind of things. He's like, is everybody all gathered together? And well, I want everybody to be together when I break the news, kind of deal.
Oh,
Yeah. We're all
waiting
here. We're all here.
Yeah.
Let's just all be here.
So like 5 or 6 minutes later, because I'm sure like while she's partying, she looks and sees you walk past. Like, all right, guys,
Mm-hmm.
continue the drinks. I gotta go. And like rolls out, and she walks in with probably a decent smell of alcohol on her.
Mhm.
And it's like that, and the negotiation was probably about half as long as you expected it to be.
Yeah,
So it's just one of those like, okay,
that was quick.
Like, well, Mr. Jones, he drives a hard bargain, but I mean, look, I'm a straight shooter. And the way I do the math, which is not my strong suit, but I reckon we got hair short of 70 bounty to split between us once it's all said and done. So
Fuck,
it's not too bad.
Good. That's good.
that's real good.
It's not the best payday we had, but it sure ain't the worst. So
That's good work, Deacon. Hun,
kept it quick.
is that how far is what we heard about how far away it is true?
Yep. 5 legs out to a rail yard we've already been through once.
Mhm.
It's one of the many same looking stops along the way, I guess. And got some vague confirmation that there shouldn't be anybody alive at this thing. I mean, as far as he knew. So, but I get the idea that the work that needs to be done might be a little loud, and so that's why we're going to be there, because loud things. It seems pretty open and shut to me, so we're getting paid.
Yeah, it's a good pay, and it's not 2 months away or whatever.
Oh, and just a little bonus in there, if, take it or leave it kind of deal. But somebody hauled that stupid truck back from St. Louis, and Jed's turned around to give it to us.
What?
It's empty of gasoline, but the gas tank does not have any holes in it anymore, I don't think. So if we want us a truck on
Look,
rail,
I don't know
it's
if y'all
one of-
know this. Like there are movies, like about art items you can't get rid of. And I'm going to just say that a truck you put a hole in the gas tank and then it comes back and finds us, that doesn't feel good.
it's one of them Christine situations.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Stephen King.
Well,
Stephen King. But I mean, look, I know gas ain't cheap, what with all this, right? Just gestures vaguely. But
Yeah,
I
keeping
mean, a
that thing
truck's a
fed
truck.
was a every leg I was out hunting for more fuel for that thing.
But you know how Mr. Jones is with them gifts you can't turn down. So we got it if we want it or not. Maybe we can offload it for some extra bounty if we just don't want to fool with it. But
well, maybe we can use it on this one, and then
Uh,
I
What?
wasn't. Well, look, so Mike, tell me if this is a thing. It's a 2-part thing. Being that Ashe is not originally from here, she probably has made some contacts. I want to roll networking to see if I can get a hold of one of my contacts, which could be a tanker truck or whoever. She's got rides if he's in the area. 2, I want to roll persuasion to try to get the price down
for some fuel.
for fuel. If
So
would work.
that would be networking to try to buy fuel.
Okay.
And if it's a critical success, then the price is lower.
With every-
Or If we wanted to sell the truck, didn't you say that Vex's crew came back and their truck was all messed up, Deacon?
I'm for getting rid of the truck because keeping that
Also,
thing
like,
fed took a lot of effort.
it has a lot of like our blood in it, if I remember correctly. Like,
A little bit.
I'm pretty sure
I'm sure they
that's-
cleaned. It looked pretty clean from up on
Yeah,
top of the
but like,
elevator, but
it's not like you were saying. It's not like the best good luck charm, right? I'm pretty sure someone put a bullet through your shoulder at one point,
Well,
and
Yeah.
I'm just going to put out there. I'm pretty sure if we'd been in that situation without a motor vehicle to use to leave the situation, we would not have left said situation. So
that's true.
that seems pretty lucky to me. Bullet
I mean,
on my shoulder or not.
I don't know. There's also like a bag of grenades that we had at the same time.
There's you're raising a good point, Deacon. How about this as a compromise? We sell the truck, and if we get enough bounty, we buy 1, 2, 3 bicycles.
I think a bicycle's gonna outrun that curve.
We've already got 1 bicycle. And mechanically, you spend 1 ration and you fucking leave. So
it's Ashe making the argument of not wanting to give up the truck.
And we've discussed before that once you start the leg, there's no skips, right? Like that hit us last time. We're like, hey, let's just burn the fuel to skip this like situation we fucked over. And Mike's like, no, y'all don't get that.
You definitely would hear Deacon kind of mumble like, maybe not you on a bicycle. Like flexing the calves kind of deal.
I never skipped leg day.
Yeah, Ronaldo, I'm not going to take you up on the debt loan shark thing. Thanks.
I'll just go into 20 bounty worth of debt to the greasers. What can go wrong there?
What do you reckon? I mean, what do you reckon? That truck's gone of the trophy folks or whatever. That truck's gonna be up in the shop for a minute, and it might have some gas left in it. I can probably convince him to lend us that gas.
I mean, it beats walking.
I can at least ask, right? But I mean, we can also just get rid of the truck full profit.
And I know that I'm going back and forth on this, but now I'm just thinking of what like the luxury of being in a truck is.
Sounds like y'all have history with this truck anyway.
Yeah, I seriously would just as soon get bicycles or horses or something else. But that's my vote.
We'd be hard pressed to find a horse in this town at this point. I mean, that's just.
You know who you can buy horses from? The Cowboys.
Yeah. Bicycles, maybe. I mean, I could Lance Armstrong this thing, but not exactly like him, but you know.
Are you sure about that, Pastor?
I'm 100% sure about that.
I'm just saying, like, I've never seen games like that in a while.
Never seen hard work like this.
You doubt our pastor? You doubt Deacon's ability?
Look, the weight of a community is pretty heavy, and I lift that every single day. So you.
I mean,
what else do I have to do? I mean, it's preach, walk around, lift weights. That's my day every day.
So selling the truck, it sounds like.
I mean, we can see what we can get for it.
I'm
good either way.
I'm gonna go talk to Mary and see if she wants to buy it.
That is true. They do need. I mean, we could part it out too, and kind of.
So, I don't know. I'm trying to get a wheel back. How do you do that?
You have to hit your you have to hit your tough spot. Soft spot, weak spot, or tough spot. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. What's my soft spot again?
You got to put yourself in you have to put yourself in like a compromising situation or compromise the group over your spot.
Yeah.
Typically, right?
I don't see a clear one for weak spot or soft spot there.
I thought I had social justice there in the sense of like she would not be a fan of parting the truck out. She would want to sell it whole. in that sense to keep. But that I don't see that really working in a social structure.
I think that would you would have to spend that at the point where somebody's like, well, I can give you 10 for the whole truck, or I could part it out for about 25, and then he's like, well, we got to sell the whole truck, like that would be a time. But
yeah, that would be the only way I see it. So
I think in terms of Mary and the truck that Trophy's using too, is that that truck is reinforced, and it is like it's been built up to try to protect it from the stuff that is out there in the loss. Whereas this one that like you guys had, like it was pre-crash, so it doesn't have like extra stuff to block the windows and stuff to keep zombies from climbing in the back and stuff like that on it.
It would have axles and stuff, wheels. They would need to replace it. So so I'm dropping the wheel. I'm not going to get it back, but I would talk to them to sell it. What would that be? Networking or persuasion to try to get a better
it's
price?
networking to try to sell something.
Yeah. All right, then I'm gonna roll networking. But before she does that, I'd be like, "Are we all in agreement? I'm gonna go talk to May to try to sell the truck. It's bad luck, man.
Ask around. We'll see what we get, and if it ain't worth it, we can. I mean,
yeah.
Let's get a number.
Okay.
All right.
So she'll walk out. Oh. Okay. Didn't touch the ground. We have a 10/3. Finally.
A success.
Hey,
Casey's allowed to win one.
Everybody
I love it.
Everybody gets one.
I switched dice.
Yes.
I was like, we're gonna do this to get rid of you guys.
Good.
I need to go buy new dice when I go home.
Price for working transportation is always upkeep times 2. So that is 8 bounty.
For the truck?
Yep.
So it's 8 bounty for the truck, or we could pay 20 bounty to take it with us.
To buy enough fuel to definitely be able to do all the legs. Yeah.
Just the legs.
Yep. Or we get a little bit, yeah.
Well, and there's no legs on the way home, so like.
Fair.
That's true. Still, that's to do all the legs if we're not going to run.
Some reason it has enough gas to get us there, and like we can ride home on fumes the entire way. I guess
it's all downhill.
It's downhill from there to elevation. Yeah.
If there's
Oklahoma's flat.
I don't see why those fancy folks that we're escorting can't push that truck down the rails. We don't even have to drive the thing.
I don't think we're escorting them.
So there's there's one angle there to consider on your guys' part. One option is you go ahead, you clear the space, they arrive, and then that's going to be the noisy thing that will draw more casualties.
Yeah.
The other option is you just ride with them, and that means you have to simultaneously fight off what's there and keep them alive from anything else that shows up at the same time.
That sounds awful. I hate those games. I hate those quests in games. I gotta keep people alive.
Yeah.
So she comes back and is like, 8 bounty? Does that sound right? That don't sound right.
How much is it?
That's a couple months worth of living expenses. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't 8 bounty? Isn't that their like the operating expenses for the thing, right? Isn't that the how
It's
much are they?
the upkeep for it for you between every score would be 4. So
Oh, okay.
it's upkeep times
Upkeep
2 to
times
sell
2.
it.
Yeah, I mean that's
With
that's
success.
buying price. If we were to buy that truck, it'd be 8. Right?
I'm playing Ashe off as, in case you're trying to remember, but also Ashe is like never has done this.
Sure, gotcha. Okay, sorry.
You-
As a player,
yeah,
I'm just making sure I remember that this is actual buying price. Okay.
Yeah, no, Ashe has usually just stolen whatever she's needed. So it's like,
Gotcha.
does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's good.
I mean that would be what we would, if we were to try and buy it, that's how much we would have to pay. So that's
And
we
Mary's
did good.
a good guy, right?
Didn't depreciate.
Yeah.
Right.
Mary's good.
Okay.
Yeah, Mary's great. I love Mary.
So, are we good with that?
You watched her
I mean, that
bludgeon the
bump-
guy to death with the butt of her rifle, but yeah, we love Mary.
We love
He was-
Mary.
Mary.
Look, remember, Mary is related to the girl that is way out over there. She like tried to pay a bunch of bounty and all that kind of stuff.
St. Louis.
Yeah, I want to make
Not,
sure
I
Mary-
mean, they're
Mary's happy.
cousins.
They're cousins, yeah.
Cousins.
Yeah. Look, I'm all about selling the truck, but it's up to you guys.
I mean, that bumps us up to 77
Yeah.
to split on the return. That's I mean that's before upkeep and everything that gets broken and all that kind of stuff. But
Sounds good to me.
it's
Yes.
almost 20 apiece.
I'll go solidify the deal. Bring it back to you, Deacon.
All right.
I'm
Maybe.
gonna go make sure.
I mean, yeah, we'll just have to spin it to Mr. Jones that we needed other things more.
Mr. Jones seems like a businessman, right?
He got what he needed out of it.
Yeah, he didn't
Yeah.
care. All right, so should we?
It's not like us selling the GPS device, right? Where he's like, I kind of needed all, all that.
We didn't sell it. I thought we kept it.
Yeah.
No, you guys still
No, we
have
did.
that. I think you find someone to sell it to, but I don't think Mary is that person. But there is somebody else who does buy it for 8 bounty.
Okay.
Okay.
Mary probably knows who that person is. Like, oh, I think we're almost put back together. But so and so was asking.
Mhm. For our truck, why don't you
Yeah.
sell your truck to them, kind of thing? Yeah.
Yep.
Should we call it here?
Yes, please.
Everybody, y'all have been awesome. We are a little over our hard stop. Look, there's a bunch of people out there streaming tonight. Some of them they got 47,000 people watching, which is freaking wild. And there's other people who have 20 people watching. So we're gonna raid one of those folks. We are gonna raid our good friend Cave Geek Art, who's making some cool maps. Looks like he's drawing something right now. So they're good. Red Market's back.
We're back, baby.
Back. Next up, 5 legs on the rails. Everything's gonna go great. Everything's gonna be great.
Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
0 problems. And yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah, thanks Ronaldus for hanging out. It's good to be back in the saddle.
If you're
Can't wait to see
familiar with Star Wars Legends, you likely
how this
know
goes.
Excuse me. Hey,
Casey.
Yeah.
That was on me. I accidentally touched something. I don't know what happened. I was like, ah, shit.
Everybody at home, thanks a ton for watching. I'm gonna hit the raid button right now. And as always, have fun and play well.
May all your
And-
secrets